HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What would you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey! Watch your head!
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into ECAC Esports. And tonight's matchup, we're going to have some Rocket League action for you guys. It's going to be Ball State taking on Wake Forest. Welcome in. My name is Whoopshoe. Joining alongside of me tonight is going to be Atomic. And Atomic, it's been a while since you and I have actually been behind the microphone together, so this is going to be awesome, man.
I was hoping for a little while longer, not gonna lie. But yeah, what's going on, Whipsy, man? It's so nice to have you in the booth with you, man. I again, Timeless is our casting duo that we do sometimes, and it's always a fun time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are here for Rocket League, you're in luck. We have a number 23 ranked Ball State RO Black are 2-1 right now. They're gonna be facing against Wake Forest Rocket League Gold that are 1-2. Okay, and this is gonna be a matchup. You know what I mean? Whatever team wins here in this best of 7 is going to go into next week with new pride, new formation of their team and stuff. And I really do think that this matchup really matters.
Oh, I mean, 100%. Wake Forest definitely needs to come into this one looking to tie it up and pretty much be even heading into the rest of the season. Ball State definitely a must-win here as well to stay above that 500 zone. So both of these teams very, very much to pretty much a lot at stake here is what I'm trying to say. But as we hop into the first matchup here, game number 1 is officially underway. Ball State Black versus Wake Forest.
100%. And just to let you guys know, on the Ball State side is going to be Layden, Neon, and Jesse. Wake Forest is going to have Ethereus, Malone, and Thankless. So those are going to be the 6 going at it here in front of us.
Yeah, a couple of good names here on the field. I have my eye on Ethereus, the team captain of this Wake Forest squad, and I got a chance to reach out to him before the game even started. Nice shot right here, going to be denied though. Jesse putting some pressure onto this Wake Forest defense early on. Thankless saved that one away, thankfully. But I got a chance to talk to Ethereus, the team captain of the Wake Forest squad, and asked him how many times a week do you guys kind of practice? Just a couple of times or what it may be. He says upwards of 5 times they get together just to play Rocket League and practice together.
Yeah, and it really just shows like the level of collegiate esports. Even, I mean, not at the A team level. Regardless, that's what we're looking at, right? We're looking at the teams that are sometimes not the top performing teams for the college. They still practice so much, and they really do pour their hearts into the game, and that honestly to me is what matters. It shows a lot of heart.
I mean, yeah, and it also shows the commitment as you see Ethereus, that team captain we were talking about for Wake Forest, puts them in front 1-0. Still a lot of time left on the clock, though, 3:37. But this open look right here from Wake Forest has to put a little bit of spark here into this offense.
Yeah, and wouldn't you know, the 1-2, the underdogs of this game are the first people to break that barrier of scoring a goal. Ball State now are on pressure to respond.
Ball State definitely needs to answer that one back, and rather quickly, in my personal opinion. This one could be an attempt right here off the back wall. Might have a double into a pass. Good defense being played by Wake Forest, though. Can't quite see who that was. Here comes the counterattack measure, though, from Wake Forest. The air dribble. Neon trying to get a piece of that one. Does get just enough and get in the way of that offense from Wake Forest. Ethereus quickly gathers this one right back up, though. Putting that pressure right back on the Ball State's defense.
And you'll see the way that the pressure on Ball State might change the way they play. They seem to be doing a lot more creative passing plays, just offensive attacks. Look at the way they cut at the midfield there. Jesse doing a good job of just putting more and more pressure on Wake Forest, making them stay on their defensive half. There might be a breakthrough here, but it's going to be caught at the midfield. An open net will come right through. It will be dribbled right in, and Neon will tie this game up.
Good read right here from Neon, but at the same time, you have to give credit for that 50-50 challenge, keeping that pressure onto Wake Forest defense that opens up that door for Ball State's offense for that counterattack for Neon just to push that right on through. So this one's all tied up. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Looking at a potential overtime matchup, and I can kind of foresee that one going on right now, Atomic, because of just the way both of these teams are playing right now. They're playing so particular. They're taking their time and they're pushing the ball with relative ease against each other, but at the same time, they're getting back in time for defense.
Yep, and I like the way that you say they just in time get right back into defense, because the rotations from these two teams right now look really solid. They really aren't skewing away from insane plays. However, Neon trying to go for some pretty patient and some good receptions from a passing play. Will be intercepted there in the back half and the Wake Forest side. They're going to be pushing it over to the Ball State side now. Ball State on their lower third half. Is there going to be a chance there? That one's going to go right on through to the other side, and Ball State are hoping they can turn it right back around very fast.
Yeah, they're pretty much had an opportunity right there for Wake Forest to push that one through, and didn't really get the chance to because Ball State's defense stood really tall. But at the same time, no hesitation, no worry from Ball State's defense. Kind of just parked their car right there on the goal line and didn't really overcommit to anything crazy. Here comes Malone now with the upper 90 shot. That one's going to rattle the backboard and find its way in. Wake Forest are up by 1.
My goodness, Malone, the way that you approach this goal, I don't even, you know what? I'm going to talk about the fact that I did not think that was going in. The way that he hit it, it hit like the right side of the post, but just bounced straight on in. And that is just the Rocket League gods throwing a bone here for Wake Forest. You know, they want to give the underdog a chance. And in this game 1, is almost just going to be right back up. Ball State are doing a good job of trying to respond early.
Yeah, Ball State need to respond. Rattling the cages. There goes Jesse. There goes Layden as well. Having the follow-up touch going to be denied by the defense of Wake Forest here. Still putting this pressure on. Ball State Black. Good pickup on this 100 pad boost right there from Malone, though. Definitely crucial for the defensive stance right here for Wake Forest. Thankless trying to clear that one towards the other end of the field. Met at the midfield line. Here comes Jesse. Over to the right-hand side. Nice infield pass. That was going to be off the backboard. Jesse can't have the double touch, though. I do like the creativity, though, coming out from Ball State Black.
Yeah, I was going to mention the creativity on how that passing play developed. You had a player hit it towards the backboard and then hit it up in the air, but Neon won't use the backboard at all. He will put a shot on through that goes straight to the back of the net.
Yeah, this is Neon's second goal, and just at the right place at the right time, beating the defenders as well of Wake Forest, just being so much faster. Not only that, but taking it to the air as well, and putting that one out of the reach of anybody there for Wake Forest. So 30 seconds remaining. We're going to see if Wake Forest or Ball State Black can get this one done in regulation. Ball State Black putting that pressure right back onto Wake Forest's defense. They're going to go ahead and survive this attack, though. Wake Forest now with the counterattack. Nice shot coming out from Thankless. Jesse saves that one away temporarily. Darius has 1 goal for Wake Forest. Malone has 1 goal for Wake Forest. Who's going to be the savior? That one's a shot from Eutharius from a long distance away. Neon saves that one away. Malone, the savior with 4 seconds remaining. Wake Forest take the lead.
Malone has just solidified a strong chance for Wake Forest to take this game number 1 of 7. And my goodness, a good shot at that. Ball State's defense was tattered up by the endless pressure of Wake Forest.
Final seconds ticking away. Ball State Black keeping this ball up at the 0-second mark, and they push it through. Jesse scores it and ties it up. We're headed to overtime.
Yeah, the clutch gene coming in from Jesse. The pass coming in from his teammate Neon. Neon, 100% goal participation here for Ball State. Just gave them a chance at getting this win when all seemed way too dim.
Yeah, I thought Wake Forest for sure had this one done, especially with the goal that happened right there. Eutharius saves this one away. Keep Wake Forest in this matchup. More countless shots from Ball State Black, though, pushing this one through, trying to end this one in overtime. 20 seconds into this one, another shot coming through from Ball State Black. The follow-up touch from Neon, who already has himself 2 goals, trying to hunt for that hat trick. Can't quite come up with it, though. Still, the pressure is on this Wake Forest defense. Can they survive right now? Atomic, another save from Malone.
My goodness, Wake Forest are definitely woken up. I think they've had 3 saves in the past 41 seconds of this overtime, and for the first time, they're on the Ball State side. Ball State will get that right through over to the midfield. It's going to bounce up favorably for a 50-50 on both sides. It's going to be a Ball State pass over to the midfield. It will be received by Wake Forest, but both of these teams, I mean, they really, truly know that this overtime is important. They know. Oh, the shot comes through. The save coming in from Wake Forest. Nothing will get through Wake Forest's defense. Ball State are trying their best.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane defense right now being played by Wake Forest. They're doing their absolute best right now on defense. How long can they survive this onslaught of goals, though, or shots, I should say? No goals yet. That one's a chance right here for Ball State Black on the goal line. No, it's going to be denied one more time, and the follow-up touch is going to be too hard off the backboard. Still surviving right now is Wake Forest. Absolutely ridiculous onslaught right now from Ball State Black, but they just can't cross the finish line.
The onslaught coming in from Ball State, but the amount of shots does not matter. Wake Forest stand tall. The Titans of defense prevail in this game. Ball State falls to Wake Forest, and the underdog has taken insane momentum into game number 2.
That was absolutely ridiculous right there. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. An overtime matchup for game number 1, but not only that, but just the resilience. This is like oil and water is the best comparison I could probably have in this matchup right now, because that was insane. Both teams just willing to give up here, and that was just a beautiful game to watch.
It was a beautiful game. I was on the edge of my seat from the amount of shots that Ball State shot. And for every single one of them to just be like pixels away from going in. We had an onslaught of about 4 shots in a row where all players rotating perfectly to take a shot on net, another shot on net, another shot just a little bit wide. That there was no defender for Wake Forest there. The goalpost instead was their defender there. It really became like there was an otherworldly presence saving Wake Forest to get another opportunity to get that goal and to go to game number 2 with the lead.
Yeah, like you said, the Rocket League gods just spoke, and they kept Wake Forest in this matchup, and they even gave them a chance towards the tail end of that game. They set to play some lockdown defense, but Ball State battled back, forced that overtime, and man, what a defensive stance right there in the tail end of that one for Wake Forest, and they come away with the win, deservingly so. I mean, either way that this one went, it was deservingly so, but that was only game number 1, Atomic. Out of 7 potential games that we have tonight, Wake Forest is going to take the series right now 1-0. But we're gonna see what happens. Let's check that game number 1 at the door, because we all know there's a lot of Rocket League to be played.
Yeah, this Rocket League is. I mean, after game number 1, I am actually solidified pumped for this game number 2. I mean, there is just no other words for it. I just cannot wait to see how Ball State respond, how do Wake Forest keep it up, the underdog story. The Ball State side do not want to give it up. They don't want to go down to a 0.5 record here in a win-loss situation. They want to keep it on top, but it all comes down to this game and how the momentum shifts here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, maybe Ball State Black can figure it out on the offensive end. Maybe Wake Forest just starts to pull away here, but I think we're going to have ourselves a good Rocket League matchup here, regardless of what happens here. I really feel like both of these teams is going to be a 50-50 battle the whole entire time. That's a good shot right there from Jesse. Double touch off the back wall. Can't find the back of the net, though. A little bit too high. But at the same time, I mean, I think we're going to start to see both of these teams start to figure out each other's play styles.
Yeah, and they're going to continue doing that. This game number 2, both teams are not letting anything in. It looks like they've kind of felt in the game 1 how the offense will go, how it will shape up, and their intricacies. And they're going in to try and play some more mind game, defensive touch, 50-50s, ideal play style. Neon taking a crack at a shot, not able to get on through. Jesse now receiving end for Ball State's offense is going to go right back down to his teammate. Back to the midfield. Well, clear coming in from Wake Forest. Neon, the last man back, has to get a touch here. It might be dangerous. That's a good shot. Oh, the save and the shot as well. Both were insane. Just look at the way that these plays are developing, Whoops You. They are just so well executed.
Yeah, good defensive stance right there from Wake Forest. Look at the bumping plays coming up from Ball State as well as we hopped on board with Thankless on that goal line. And you're starting to see both the defense and the offense start to be creative. They're trying to get any edge they can on the competitor out here. And if that comes to bumping plays, demolition plays, whatever it may be, they have to start getting creative with it, because if they start attacking the net straightforward like this, they're not going to find the back of the net like it. You see that shot right there from Jesse. Easy save, and then he had the follow-up touch as well. Once again, an easy save. So Wake Forest doing a heck of a job at the defensive stance. Almost a double touch off the back wall from Layden, but that one's going to be denied as well, not only from the defense, but the backboard.
Yeah, the backboard just all too crucial for both sides here. It's still a 0-0 ball game, and we just passed the midpoint of this match. It is now a do or die. I mean, it seems like whatever goal that goes through will be a very important one here, Whoops You.
2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Gonna see if either one of these teams can gain the edge over one another, or we're gonna see another potential overtime matchup. And yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. Keep us on the edge of our seat. That's good Rocket League in my personal opinion, but at the same time, sometimes we like to see these ones get done in regulation. Layden, air dribble, trying to control this one at the midfield line, trying to pass off to his teammate as well. Couldn't quite get the angle that he needed to. Therius, the team captain of this Wake Forest squad, once again trying to keep that pressure on. You see the demolition, double demolition coming out. This is a 2v2 operation right now on the field. Malone trying to take advantage of that. The respawn coming through, going to be saved away by Layton. And had that demolition not been there, maybe that's a goal for Malone.
Yep, and both these sides are, taking more opportunities. Look at the physical play happening once again. It's again a 2v2. And it looks like they're doing a good job of responding to the demos on both sides. And maybe, oh, that will be an open net. Is anybody back to get there? Malone with 1:10 remaining will take a shot from his own third, and it will go the distance.
Yeah, and you see Neon right there. We hopped on board with him for a split second. You seen just like the disgruntledness in the gameplay. Just parks his octane and just watches that one roll through, because there's nothing anybody could have done from Ball State right there on the defensive end to catch up to that ball to kind of pop that one away. So Wake Forest taking the lead, almost 60 seconds remaining. Can Ball State Black? They're generating a lot of pressure. Can they pretty much tie this ball game up? And oh my goodness, that one's off the top crossbar, rattles around a tad bit. The follow-up touch from Layton once again going to be too high. Ball State Black had plenty of opportunities, Atomic, but they haven't crossed the finish line with any of them.
No, and the opportunities are going to keep on knocking. They're going to pick up their defense here in this last 35 seconds. It's going to continue. Look at this shot coming in and just a little bit wide on the top right. Clear coming in from Wake Forest. That will stall a lot of time. Neon behind it. Pass over to midfield. 50. Good 50 coming in from Wake Forest, and they get a little bit of possession. They give it right back away, but it is on the other side of the field. Now they're cutting some pressure in. They're not letting Ball State get any momentum here. Ball State need to start getting on the other side of the field here and now. There's an attempt there for Ball State to do exactly that. Now they're still on their defensive third. They're getting some ball moving up. Ooh, but the 50 and the patience from Wake Forest are probably going to seal it here. This 0-1 lead might just stay. More pressure coming in. Ball State fall down to 0-2. Wake Forest are up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, I was going to say that was kind of an interesting touch right there towards the tail end of that game. Number 2, you saw Etherius chose to keep it up instead of just letting the ball hit the ground. I thought it might have resulted into something, but Ball State just nowhere to be found towards the 0-second mark of that game. So like you said, Wake Forest do indeed hang on to that 1 goal differential, and now they're up in the series 2-0, which is more important in my personal opinion, Atomic. It's do or die time for Ball State. If Wake Forest wins another matchup, obviously it's going to be 3 games. This is a best of 7, so we have to win 4 games in total. But you have to start thinking momentum starts to play a key factor in this matchup. Wake Forest right now has all of that. Ball State, though, has so many opportunities on the offensive end, but Wake Forest defense has been the tail of this one.
Yeah, but I truly believe that even though Wake Forest have in fact won those last 2 games, Ball State have a real shot of turning this right around. I mean, you saw the offense on the overtime in game number 1 and what it could have been. It could have been a shutout right there, and we would be looking at a completely different style of gameplay here going into game number 2. And that Ball State to not even be able to score in the second one, I think that there's like a closer kind of issue here. Can Ball State Black close a game out? I mean, they were really close to doing it. In fact, they took it to overtime in game number 1. I think I need to see some more of that spark once again.
Yeah, we need to see Ball State actually capitalize on these opportunities that they have, because, I mean, for the most part, I really feel like Ball State Black has just had the time of possession has just been in their favor the whole entire time, this series in general. I can count pretty much just how many opportunities Wake Forest have had. They had a couple of opportunities on the counterattacks that led to some goals, but for the most part, it's been all Ball State Black. So, I mean, they just need to just figure out a way to be creative enough to have some of these cross the finish line, but at the same time, settle down on defense and actually save some of these shots that Wake Forest are putting towards your net.
I think we are looking at a true sign tale of Wake Forest just wanting it more. I mean, they're the ones that are willing to stick their tongue out at the finish line to get maybe that extra inch And you saw it there in the last game. Ball State Black, we're getting a little bit sloppy, and that's, I mean, the only goal that we saw last game was a open net that was shot from the other side. Those should just really never go in sometimes. And Ball State, I know they are probably going to use that to fuel their fire. Now we have still have a 0-0 ball game, so a repeat of game number 2. Some shots coming in from Ball State Black, saved away by Wake Forest. They're going to have a counterattack, but look at this. The third man from Ball State Black is now always there. I think you will rarely see their third man not be there back there, unless, obviously when they're in offense, but you really won't see it. I think they're going to fix that mistake.
That was a good attempt right there from Jesse, the young freshman right there from Ball State Black. Pretty much just trying to get a goal past the defenders of Wake Forest, and having that opportunity. Etherius was at the midfield line trying to go for a bump and be aggressive for Wake Forest to try to maybe establish something on the offensive end, but then he missed the bump attempt because Jesse hopped over him, and then he actually gathered the ball as well. Little shot right there from Thankless. That one saved away from Leighton as well. But once again, I like to see the aggression right there from the young freshman from Ball State Black.
And the oh, you said freshman? Yeah, that's super, I did not know that. It's super cool to see some new talent coming in, especially just right out of high school. Look at that Wake Forest strike again. Will this be their only goal in this game, and will it send them to be 3-0?
I mean, only time's going to tell. I think only time's going to tell because there's still 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in this matchup. Is it going to be enough is the question. We did see it was enough the last game. Ball State Black hasn't had too many opportunities just yet on the offensive end, but at the same time, we have to think that they can still generate that pressure and maybe even tie this one back up. But if not, Wake Forest will indeed hang on. You see the last man back right there playing some defense for Wake Forest. Everybody on the attack right now for Ball State Black, and this is what we were talking about. The counterattack opportunities for Wake Forest are just there, and they are thriving on them.
All right. Well, Ball State have in fact fixed their problem with their offense, and I mean that it's still being able to take shots, but their defense still persists. That little troll in the bottom of the bridge is always just kind of making them stay up there. At the moment that they start committing on offense, it's just too much for them. Wake Forest are going to take advantage time and time again. Now they're up 3-0 here. Whoops you.
Wow, this is getting a little out of hand right now. Etherius scoring this one, a solo play. And I just want to point out that, like I said beforehand, I talked to both of these people, Etherius and Jesse. Jesse from Ball State, Etherius from Wake Forest. Malone's a Champ 3. Etherius is a GC 2. Good save right here on the goal line, Etherius. But I want to point out that they're going up against Ball State Black, who a majority of them are GC 2s. So I mean, to see somebody like Malone thriving out here really just tickles my fancy, because I'm around that champ level, Atomic. I'm not the best player in the world, but yeah, I mean, it just really it hits that spot. You know what I mean?
Daring with the champ 1, huh?
Yeah.
However, I see exactly what you're saying, though. Oh, okay, Ball State Black have learned how to respond. This is a good thing. Ball State Black, let's get 2 more of those. Let's take this to overtime. Let's dance a little bit. Wake Forest have been all over you for this first half. The second half is yours now.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is that one goal, and it opens up the gates, and just to start scoring more and more and more. Gives you that confidence boost is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know, Wake Forest has been just laying it on. They found the key essentially to this defense of Ball State Black, and they've been knocking on the door ever since, yelling at them to let them in. But Ball State Black do have an answer. They're still down by 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Wake Forest had the offensive attack. Etherius up in the air, nice pop over into the corner, going to take away some of that pressure and the counterattack ability from Ball State Black, so they have to be creative. Still, once again, playing some defense. Etherius, good 50-50s as well, bringing that one right back to the blue side of the field.
Yep, and the dance continues. Ball State Black are putting in some insane technique here. They are putting all out on the field. You see a midfield pass. It's not going to be able to get to a shot, so that he passes over the left side. They fake out Wake Forest. There's only 1 defender now. They get past 2. The second shot is not going to be applicable. It will just be a little bit to the side of the net. Another chance here, but Wake Forest are all over it. And like you said earlier, you're right. It is GC2s on the Ball State Black side, and the Wake Forest Gold side is, you said, a GC2, a Champ 3, and a Champ 2. So, I mean, a varying array of ranks, and you're seeing, I mean, some domination coming in from Wake Forest. Their comps, their ability to play as a team, their creative, and their chemistry, everything about it is just on point today, and Ball State Black just cannot seem to break it.
And sometimes that's what happens. It's just the better team is going to win on the day. It doesn't mean that Ball State Black is not the better team here in this situation. Good take right here from Ethereus. That's going to be his second goal right here for Wake Forest. But 10 seconds left. That should call this one. And usually, like I said before, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, Wake Forest may have something might have started clicking for this team. Like I said before, they practice at least 5 times a week. So, I mean, they might have started to find their rhythm. Maybe the first part of that season was a little bit nervy. The nerves are coming out for this team because they were so new. But whatever it may be, they found the answer right now in this series against Ball State Black.
Yep, and, well, I mean, it is going to have to be a reverse sweep for Ball State Black here. If they want to go ahead and maintain this, this winning record, they're 2-1, the precious 2-1. But Wake Forest, the underdogs here are up 3-0 coming into this match. And at this point, where does it turn to where Ball State RO Black are now the underdogs, Whips you? I mean, I really do think that we're at that point. And at this point, that's who I'm rooting for.
Everybody loves a good underdog story, so to see Wake Forest come out here and do what they're doing is always awesome. But at the same time, now the tables have turned, like you said. Ball State is now the underdog in this situation. So can they win a game? How they do that is going to be they need to score first. So this whole entire series, Wake Forest has outpaced them and has led them in goal scoring. Not only that, but Wake Forest has scored the first goal in each of these games. So, I mean, Ball State has to come out. They have to apply that pressure that we've seen in game number 1 and game number 2, and they need to score first.
100%. We will continue on that trend with... sorry. There we go. My connection had gone through, but it is back now, and we take a shot through. Jesse is ready to start the comeback here. 1-0 for Ball State Black.
Yeah, what a air dribble right here off the right side wall from Layden to a pass, and you see Wake Forest defense right there in the face of Ball State trying to take that one away. So very, very close to doing so as well, but at the same time, Ball State Black did exactly what we were talking about in the green room. They said that they needed to come out here first and score. Guess what? They did that with 9 seconds off the clock, and now they're applying so much more pressure on the Wake Forest. So now the ball is in literal Wake Forest's hands.
Yep, and I will say the fun statistic of the night is that the first team that scores is the one that has ended the game with the lead, right? They're the ones that are finishing it out.
Yep.
So every single time that Wake Forest in the past 3 games have scored first, and every single time they won the game at the end. So Ball State Black are in a good trend right now to continue that statistic, and being 1-0 might just change the way that Wake Forest play.
We're going to see there's still a lot of time on that clock, 4 minutes to be exact, and basically Wake Forest, the way that they were playing last game, I can foresee them playing this one a little bit differently. Interesting choice right there from Malone to go for that boost instead of going for ball. He had 0 boost to work with, but at the same time, you would think that he would maybe go for that 50-50 challenge. Kind of left the defense vulnerable there. Here comes Jesse, maybe trying to add one more on. Has the bump. I think somebody actually bumped him back, but the follow-up touch coming through from Neon going to be denied as well. Ethereus going to save that one away. Wake Forest defense standing tall.
And it's just so surprising to me, the amount of times that Ethereus was the last man back. He just needs to make one crucial touch. He's just may or may not make it, and he makes it every single time. He is keeping Wake Forest in these games. He is the sole reason, in my opinion, why their defense is so strong and why they are pushing up the field so well. Again, you look at Wake Forest, they have to defend. Ball State will try to take it the other way. It's now just a ping-pong game going back and forth this Rocket League ball. Both teams giving a possession, but they kind of have to as they're trying to form their offenses.
2 minutes, 54 seconds left. Jesse has this one in the corner, trying to go for that redirect in off the right side wall, almost finding the mark, but just couldn't quite find the angle. Needs to go back to math class and bust out the protractor, maybe talk to his professor, one of the two. Close shot right there from Flankthus as well. Jesse saves that one away. Here comes Jesse in the 1v2 situation. What an infield pass right here to Neon.
Both of these goals were infield passes, and both of them led to a goal. I think I might see a trend here. I think the infield pass meta is a bit strong here, and I think Ball State Black have figured it out. How many times can they use this before Wake Forest figure it out? I don't know. Their halftime is just passed through, and that is a unsurmountable lead here for Ball State Black.
I mean, you just like to see it, you know. Ball State Black, we were talking about how they have to pull off this reverse sweep. You know, Wake Forest might have came out here and, you know, maybe took this game off, whatever it may be. You know, Ball State Black fully took on advantage of that one. Jesse, once again, almost crossing the finish line with that one. But whatever it may be, Ball State Black came out. They're do or die situation pretty much, and maybe that's lingering in the back of their mind. So, hey, who knows? Jesse. Oh, what a close shot! It's actually going to go through. Malone trying to save that one away at the nick of time, but could not catch up to this one.
Yeah, and Ball State Black up 3-0 here. It looks like they have took off whatever crutch it was before. Like, I mean, you know, you'll see the ankle weights are coming off. They're going all out, and I think
there's a goal.
Wake Forest... well, they will respond now, and it is 3-1, and this is promising here, Whoopsie. I mean, maybe I have a lot of hope now that Wake Forest could possibly take the series in 4.
I mean, that's the first kickoff goal we've seen, and Wake Forest just won that one with ease. You saw the 50-50 at the midfield line, and it's almost like it was just designed that way because Ethereus just cheated up the whole entire time, and he knew exactly what was going to happen. So you'd have to think that that one was designed or planned or whatever it may be from Wake Forest, but regardless, that one is definitely the start of something here for Wake Forest. Minute and 45 seconds left in this game. Ethereus, no boost to work with, does take that one away from his teammate who picked up that 100 pad. So I think maybe being a little bit too aggressive here, needs to calm down just a tad bit. You see all 3 members from Wake Forest on the same side of the field. That might lead to something here for Ball State Black. But the positioning didn't matter. Ball State Black still denied at the midfield line. A shot coming through, though. That one's going to be denied by the backboard. The 4th defender there for Wake Forest.
Yeah, but what you just saw there was Ball State Black used an infield pass for the 3rd time, and it was a dangerous play. But Wake Forest, for the first time in this game, they took advantage of understanding that the only way they've been scored on is through those infield passes. And now they go for one themselves. Ball State Black will not do what Wake Forest has been doing all game and letting those in, and they will take it out before it gets on through. Wake Forest are boiling, are warming up, but will they get to their boiling point here in this game? Time will tell.
Malone with a great shot, powerful shot as well, just off the mark to the left-hand side. Still has some time. 35 seconds, so you had to pick up the pace just a little bit from Wake Forest, but they're trying to bait the defense out. Some of these fake shot attempts, also is trying to control the boost as well. But you have to think that Wake Forest needs to score now in order to start this comeback. 20 seconds now. Nice drop down. Jesse can't quite find the mark. That was a huge pass right there from Neon. It could have been the dagger as well.
Yep, and we are en route to see Ball State Black take their first game of this series. After 3 wins from Wake Forest, they've taken advantage of you know, figuring it out, using some more team comms maybe. You know, I think they got a little bit more solidified in what it is their game plan is here, and they will lead that one back up to 4-1. They will even out what the last game was with a 4-1 victory to Wake Forest and completely cancel it out.
I mean, still, but Ball State did exactly what they needed to do. And I love it when a storyline kind of tells itself. We talked about how Ball State needs to score first in order to win. That's exactly what happened. They came out, scored within the first 9 seconds of this matchup, and then just pretty much didn't let up since then. You know, they scored 3 unanswered goals, and then Wake Forest finally scored their first one. So, I mean, it's good to see Ball State still staying alive, but you have to think in the back of your mind, if you're Wake Forest, hey, we still have a couple more games to kind of give up, but let's get this one done right here in the next one.
Exactly. And, well, Whoopsie, I'm going to go ahead and put you on the hot seat here. We just saw Wake Forest, you know, they went up 3-0. They were looking very, very promising. In fact, the last win that they had was a 4-1 over Ball State, and I really did think they would take this game. Ball State, however, turned it around. They used their GC2 mechanics and put their brains together and got a 4-1 victory over Wake Forest now. Their trend seems to be upwards here. And in my opinion, now both of these teams are about even in momentum. Where do you stand, and which team do you think will take this game number 6?
I mean, it just depends on what kind of Wake Forest team we get. Are we going to have that defensive heavy Wake Forest that allows Ball State to come out and just kind of just shoot shot after shot against their net, and hopefully something or somebody saves it away, or maybe Ball State gets it, you know, saves it, or whatever they may miss, or whatever it may be. Or we're going to have that Ball State team that we just seen. Only time's going to tell. It looks like Wake Forest is going to score first, so let's see if our story of the first team to score is still going to stand.
Yeah, you just reignited that idea again. Right? I forgot that last game, Ball State scored first. Ball State won.
Yep.
This game, Wake Forest just scored first. And I think I just kind of had to go with that trend. Wake Forest are seemingly looking to probably dominate here in this game number 5, by the way. I said 6 earlier.
It's okay. I wasn't going to correct you. It's okay.
Oh, I will. And Wake Forest looking to start out early in this lead and just finish out the series. They know they have it. Look at this long ball. It will just eerily get too close for Ball State's liking, but they will save it in the end.
That was a huge shot right there from Wake Forest. And look at this is what we were talking about. What team are we going to see from Wake Forest? Are we going to see that, dominant team that we've been seeing from game 1 and 2 and 3? Or are we going to see that, Ball State team that has been pretty much applying that pressure onto the defense of Wake Forest? So far, we've been seeing a lot of pressure from Wake Forest, and we're only 1 minute into this matchup. And more importantly, Wake Forest has the lead still. So Ball State Black has their work cut out for them. This is a great infield pass right there. A great advancement upfield as well from Wake Forest. So we're going to see if they can make something out of this offensive attempt right here, or is Ball State Black going to go ahead and just save these ones away with ease?
Yeah, but look at the way that Ball State Black are carrying this ball. They are not just giving it away anymore. They are controlling the ball, playing a lot of infield passes. Once again, that one's going to be a miss, but it looked like Wake Forest had control of it with that save attempt.
Yeah, 100%. Wake Forest, I mean, they were there. They were ready for that infield pass as well. But you would have to think that maybe some sort of contact would have still made them respect that shot and force them back as well. But Wake Forest, we're not going to see that. We're going to see Wake Forest instead get that counterattack going, and then on top of that, just kind of lose possession. So, I mean, both of these teams, like I said beforehand, they're starting to figure each other out. Ball State, they're having that pressure, but they can't cross the finish line. And almost right on cue, Neon takes the words out of my mouth, and this one's all tied at 1.
Oh, to be tied up is my favorite time of the game. And I am happy Ball State Black were able to tie this one here. It's going to make it just that much more interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the turning point of this game. Will Wake Forest be able to score against a GC2 team of Ball State Black with a Champ 3 and Champ 2 teammates on their team? I mean, they've already done it 3 times. It obviously doesn't matter what rank these people are.
I mean, just the way you say it. The way you say it is just so degrading, these Champ 2,
but
Champ
it's so
3s.
Cool. I mean, I'm Champ 3, and I don't think I could do what these Champ 3 and Champ 2 is doing. I mean, seriously, look at Malone making advantages for himself.
Wow.
And he will put Wake Forest on the map. This game number 5 could just go their way.
I just want to say Malone just said, I'm going to show you what a Champ 3 can do. All right, buddy? You need to relax here a little bit. I'm going to show you. He took this one by himself and then got the dunk on the goal line and the last person back from Ball State Black to regain this lead. So, I mean, like I said beforehand, it doesn't really matter what rank you are. Sometimes, especially me, I solo queue a lot just to play the game because I want to have fun. So, I mean, of course I want to climb in the ranks, but I don't have the solid 3 people that maybe can, quote-unquote, carry me to the next level. So, I mean, rank, in my personal opinion, only matters a little bit, but it's a skewed stat line.
Yeah, well, I mean, Webster, you are, in fact, a streamer, so, I mean, it is, in fact, you're just carried, bro. I'm sorry. But, I mean, look at this, right? Wake Forest, they're coming alive.
Oh, I love it. I love
Wake
it. Did you
Forest
see
dying.
that? I love it. Did you see what just happened right here? Ethereus had this one in the corner. The 50-50 challenge comes through from Neon, and the Neon immediately goes for the bump on the goal line for the last person back for Wake Forest. Just open that door for Jesse to shoot that one through. We have ourselves a tie ball game again.
Jesse putting in that clutch shot. I mean, the bump is everything there, and it really does clear the goal. But the shot and, how far he had to take it and from where he had to jump from was also very, very interesting. And I'm glad that they were able to get there. A tied game once again with a minute 45 just passing right on through. Both teams are going to put on all their high-octane gameplay. An infield pass attempt. 2 of the defenders for Wake Forest will go through to that one. And it will go back over to the Ball State side.
Oh,
that's
great
a phenomenal
redirect.
shot. That will just be wide. There's a chance for Ball State to be able to get it through. Another shot attempt. No low boost for just late. And he's going to have his Ball State brethren get right on through. Another shot attempt. Wake Forest are holding strong. They may have an open net if they can get there. Ball State will get back in time. And whoopsie, we are seeing shots coming in left and right. Both of these teams are dancing at the highest tempo possible. There will be a shot here, and it will be good and exciting.
Yeah, I was going to say both of these teams, you said it, the pacing has just been insane right now. You see the pace of play has just picked up so much in the last minute of gameplay. They're starting to play a lot faster. The decision-making and the window of opportunity for the decision-making has closed down to, like, you know, probably a second, maybe even two tops. So, I mean, that's the kind of window that you have to see from one of these two defenses when they're going to let up on the defensive end. You see Malone getting bumped in from Jesse, who has no boost. This one could find its way through, and it does! Thankless pushes it through, and it's all because it started right here in this corner.
How is he champ 2? He's not champ 2. He is GC 2. I just gave him a boost. The title right there says, I don't even know what it says, but it should say GC. In fact, give him the GC 2 title right now. He deserves it. That is an insane goal coming in from Wake Forest. Ball State Black are below and down here with 30 seconds remaining. It is do or die for them. Wake Forest have a very strong chance of walking away here.
Yeah, the physicality is coming out. You've seen Wake Forest going and hunting for these bumping plays. They're trying to get themselves another goal here, but even the pressure, taking time off the clock right now for Ball State Black is going to matter. Precious seconds always constantly ticking away as we approach the 10-second mark now. Here comes Ball State, going to try to gather something. Neon pushes this one towards the other end. Double commitment coming out from Wake Forest. Can this one be it? No follow-up touch right here for Ball State. This one's popped in the air. 0 seconds on the clock. Neon pops this one over to the left-hand side, and it's going to hit the ground almost near midfield. And Wake Forest are going to hang on, and they're going to pull off the upset, and more importantly, move to what? 2-2 on the season as Ball State drops to 2-2.
Feels good, man. Wake Forest, the underdogs, they come in, they get it done. All right, I am so happy. I never doubted them a second. I'll say it right here, right now. Whoops you. I think we had some incredible Rocket League in front of us, and I think that for this story to come in and to be this exciting, especially with that last goal in the last 30 seconds, Wake Forest really proved they have the ice overall. It was just so good to watch.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's just one of those things where maybe you had a rocky start to the season. You know, you're coming in, you know, to you have to think, put yourself in that mindset for 1 second. These students are coming into their universities, they're trying to get comfortable in their dorm rooms and things of that nature. You have all these distractions going on, and finally now, you know, a month or so into, or a couple months into the college season, you start to kind of settle down. Everything starts to calm down just a tad bit. So less distractions, more time to focus up and start to practice, and that practice has been paying off here for Wake Forest. So you love to see it, that they come out here against a solid Ball State team and then take one over them as well, like I said, to move to 2-2 on the season. But Atomic, our time has come. This is the end, and it's unfortunate. Like I said, man, I had a blast casting with you, man. It's always such a pleasure casting with you, and like you said beforehand, we had some great Rocket League tonight.
Yep, and you know what? It is such a blast casting with you, Whoopsie. I'm going to go ahead and just take it here for a second. I do think that there is a chance, by the way, we might have an interview coming in from Wake Forest. We could ask them some questions here, Whoopsie. And man, I am so ready for it. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, and we will be right back with either an interview or some Overwatch 2 content coming right up.
Too rich, they was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking with us through that break. And we have with us the team captain of Wake Forest, Mr. Ethereus, is joining us today in the booth. And we have a couple questions for you, Ethereus. I mean, first and foremost, congratulations on this victory. So, I mean, a huge one for us, in my personal opinion, because it's against a very, very solid Ball State team. And I had the privilege of asking you a couple questions before the stream. And, you know, you said you guys practice 5 times a week, you know, tops, essentially. How did that play into this game plan against Ball State?
Well, a lot of our practices just involve, you know, whenever we have time in our schedules, we, you know, get together, and it's you know, we try and keep it as consistent as possible, but that's part of the whole thing is, you know, consistency is key. We just drill in on just the ranked play, constantly trying to get better, playing against, you know, players at our skill level. We try and go to, you know, as many events as possible to play like the best competition that we can possibly get. Playing well above our means is kind of the best way we tend to improve and grow, and we always show out the best when we have to play good players. So.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I will say that your team is comprised of a GC2 of yourself, and then it's Malone is a champ 3 and Thankless is champ 2, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But my goodness, I mean, I do have the pleasure of telling you and letting you know that you just beat a complete GC2 roster on the other side. Is that something that happens a lot for you guys, you know, in practice? I mean, or is it because of that practice that you were able to get to this opportunity and do that?
Honestly, a lot of it is when we're just practicing and we're just grinding out ranked games this season. We've been just so stagnant, and sometimes it can get you down. But we always just power through. We come into each of the every league match of the week, and we just come in with a good mentality, and we just say that like, hey, you know what? No matter what, we're just going to go in and try and improve as a team and get better. And that always ends up translating really well, and especially when the pressure's on. Even though we're a lower ranked team, I think in comparison, we always try and tend to show out and put up a good fight. So that's how that tends to work out every week.
I mean, that's awesome of you guys. Like I said before, you guys came out here. You guys put the work effort in. You guys definitely deserve this victory. And it shows on the field, man. It really, really does. The defense was just phenomenal tonight. Is that typically how things go for you guys? It's just so much defense being played. There was just shot after shot after shot from Ball State. And you guys are just like, no, we just put that wall up right there on the goal line and just denied everything from coming through. And you just pretty much showed out as well, man. Just pretty much, I can see from just your play style how much you just kind of take over the field and just the communication that you guys have out here. So I mean, like, can you kind of walk us through like the mentality of that defense of like, just that game number 2, like what was going on there?
Well, a lot of it was, we knew that we had the ability to hold them on defense after the first game, and so we were basically like, we're not a perfect team. We make mistakes all the time on offense and defense, and so it's really just making sure that, hey, can we have someone to back up our players when eventually we're going to make a mistake. We're not the best team in the league. We're gonna mess up. So we make sure that we're calming to each other. Hey, I don't have this one. Everyone's always just ready for the next thing. And our defense, it's as we've kind of learned tonight, our defense plays so well into our offense, especially when we keep it consistent and we keep it together and we don't panic on defense, especially when we're just so low on boost and we're getting starved. As long as we just keep composure and we keep our comms up, we can make a counterattack happen, and that's how our play ended up going tonight, and that's kind of our style. So
love to see it, man.
With that, I mean, I don't think we're going to hold you over too much longer. We love the mentality coming out from this team. I mean, I'm really looking forward to see what you guys can do for the rest of this season and how you guys will face against adversity time and time again. The score line here, and you took it in 5 against Ball State Black. Phenomenal team as well. I mean, they played their hearts out just as much as they could, too. I mean, you guys came out on top, so congratulations to all of you. Is there anybody you want to go ahead and thank before we go ahead and close out for tonight?
Well, I firstly got to thank both my teammates. I got my boy Malone and my boy Thankless. Malone's actually that's him right there. We live together. So between games, I'm running in there and I'm dapping him up. So this is my dog. I couldn't do it without him being my offensive second man. So as always, I got to thank my teammates, and that's all I got.
Awesome, dude. I love the headband too. Tell them our lights match too in the background. You can see it.
Yeah.
Our lights match. I love it, dude. Yeah, dude. But thank you very much, Aetherius, man. Congratulations once again, and I look forward to seeing what you guys can do in the future, man.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
There we have it, ladies and gents. That was Wake Forest versus Ball State. Now both of them being 2-2 on the season, and we'd like to thank all you guys for being here with us. But before we go, Atomic. Where can these people find you? If they want to hire you for events or whatever it may be. I mean, where can they find you?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see my Twitter there on the top right. I'm a little bit active on there. I'm just kind of just commenting on the esports scene of Rocket League, and I want to go ahead and give an even more special shout out to Hiro, who has been pressing buttons on this VMix stuff, doing a phenomenal job at it too. He's been, telling us in our ears like when we're coming in, just doing a phenomenal job. Hiro as well. If you probably search him up and you'll find him in the esports and the ECAC side. And Whoopsie, what about you?
I mean, Hero, I think his is Scissor with an O towards the end. Box. Scissors Box is what it is on Twitter. I found it. Okay, Hero, you're welcome. But yeah, you can find me Whoopshoe Gaming on Twitter. Whoopshoe for everywhere else, pretty much for the most part. Still trying to secure that Whoopshoe on Twitter. But we'll get there one day, once I become big and famous and whatever it may be. Whoever I have to pay off, Elon Musk or whatever it may be. But hey, that's going to be it for us here in the ECAC esports section. This Division A rivalry here for Ball State and Wake Forest. We appreciate you guys being here with us. Thank you so very much, like you said beforehand, to all the producers pushing the buttons on the back end, and to everybody who's setting up the lobbies and things of that nature. They don't get enough love. We got to give some love to the people setting up the lobbies, okay? The observers and things of that nature. So firm claps to you guys as well. We appreciate you guys. But don't go anywhere, okay? We have Overwatch some Overwatch matchups in the background. You're going to have Twin Salty and Sam Talks casting some Overwatch at 8:30. So if you guys want to go ahead and stick around for that matchup and watch some Overwatch and cheer on some of your favorite casters as well, stick around after that one. But that's going to do it here for us. We appreciate you guys being here. Peace out. Much love. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore. Just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless.
Yeah, we get to see even more. I think the meta is finally starting to define itself a little bit. We know Zarya's been extremely strong. Same with Sojourn. And I can't wait to see, we have an interesting map pool tonight. We may see a little bit more diversity than we at least initially expected. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the good old reliable scrim control map that it seems like everybody kind of has a good grasp on at this point. And even though Symmetra, I would say, is it a hot take? Say she's probably one of the worst DPS in the game right now. She's still somewhat viable on Lijiang because of the teleport strats you can have. She's still very good on Control Center. So I wonder if somebody does take the gamble. It's like, all right, we're still going to run the Sim because we know how great she can be on those maps. Other than that, I don't think we see Sim at all today. But hey, you never know. Teams could, throw a wild card at us.
Here, figuring out how these teams are gonna play out, the wild cards that you don't really get to expect, and then I mean, this is what makes Lijiang Tower so much fun, is to get that kind of barometer. Okay, we get to poke, we get to prod. We've scrimmed here so many times. Lijiang Tower has that nice sort of, okay, we have all of these different types of sub maps that can each play differently. Some you can boot characters off, some are really close quarters, others are really open, and you get that nice sense of scale.
Yeah, I'm really curious because, yeah, as you said, there's just so many different angles that you can really take these maps. So now, as we go in, it'll be Night Market for our first round. We'll at least get a sneak peek of what teams are debating on running here. A potential first Kiriko siding on the side of Kean University, but I'm just kind of curious. How are teams going to go at Kiriko? Because, again, she just got unlocked. She has a very difficult skill set, but her ceiling is just so ridiculously high.
It really is. I mean, the ability to be able to protect your team for 1 second, negating any and all damage as well as cleansing everyone, is so... It can't be understated just how massive that is.
Yeah, it could be ridiculously massive, as if you get those protection Suzus off, it's basically a baby immort nade. Like, that's legit all it is. If you run them with the BAP, like, all right, it's so good with the Zarya, because, like, all right, throw a nade. She can reload, she can get more time for her bubbles, and if she gets in trouble again, all right, throw a lamp at her. And at that point, you're going to have Suzu back in a few seconds, and you just rinse and repeat, and it's kind of busted. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of surprised that, we haven't seen the nerfs hit already. But, as we're a little bit of a technical issue here, we're just going to fix through that real quick for you guys. I'm really curious. I don't think we're going to see her a ton today. I could see her maybe in a few instances, but I think teams aren't going to be as comfortable on her yet to fully utilize her, unless if we get into a situation to where a team's up 2-0 and they're feeling really good, then maybe they throw it out there.
Yeah, it's just that high skill ceiling. I mean, Kiriko, we talk about it. Sure, she has this immortality, but you need to be precise with it. If you're going to be blocking something like a Diva Ultimate, say, for instance, that is a little bit easier because you have some predictability to it. But then let's say a Junkrat tire comes in. That requires a lot more skill to be able to use it. And it has a little bit of a wind-up time. It's a projectile, so it's not instantaneous. It takes you some time to actually use the Suzu. And so it requires that coordination. It requires that knowledge of how to use her. Is something, the reason why I agree with you that we probably will not see her tonight, and probably not for a couple more weeks, especially as our teams are getting more comfortable with learning how to use her to the maximum.
Yeah, it's like, at least for me personally, it's like, there's no way I would play her in a competitive setting right now. There's no way. I was getting destroyed in online ladder last night, so I have a feeling teams are going to be, holding back a little bit. It's like, all right, let's, at least for this week, go with the usual, and we'll kind of hit back next week with a different look. I believe we're actually, I can't tell which one we're going to right now. I believe that actually might be Gardens for round one, seeing where we are. Yeah, it will be Gardens for round one instead of Night Market, but both teams looking pretty similar, except with that Sojourn on the side of College St. Rose and the Winston as well.
Yeah, the Winston is going to be the interesting thing here. You're going to be able to dive to the backline. Okay, we're starting off strong. A quick headshot, railgun shot onto the Sombra is going to kick this match of Lijiang Tower. But Kean University is not going to let that keep them down, as both the Monkey and the Lucio go off of the map. And so this is going to give them the opening chance and the opening opportunity to be able to take the point.
Yeah, able to close the range up a little bit, not let the soldier, even though, yeah, they actually get a beautiful railgun headshot, not able to finish up the kills, and with that, Zarya now can just start rotating the efficiency, and already forces St. Rose onto the Zarya themselves.
Now we push forward. We're going to go in through the back door. Already down to Lucio for Kean University. We're going to have to rotate around. You're seeing just how insane this Sojourn is, being able to jump, hip a scalp all over the place. Now we're for Moopy. They can push forward. They're aggressive. They have the bubbles up, and they're feeling very confident. They're going to rotate. They get the Zarya, and now it's going to be good for another flip as St. Rose are going to be able to take the point back and flip it over.
Yeah, just a game of back and forth so far. Murphy taking advantage, using the double personal bubble. And Clutch actually comes up a little clutch. Picks off the opposing Sombra. And this is going to be a huge time waste for Kean University. Going to want that Sombra for their own team and just try and set up this engage, especially with both of them roughly about 60% to their EMPs. And even just a little bit of a fight here near the offensive spawn. And we'll just going to TT on out.
A little Sombra dance around each other. A nice Graviton Surge is going to get a good chunk of St. Rose caught inside of it, but for now, they're not able to make it happen as Odos has popped the overclock. We already have one. They're looking for a second, but it's not going to quite happen, especially now that they've been hacked. You're going to have to be a little bit more careful. That Sombra hack is dangerous. We have the Disruptor shot coming through, rotating around, trying to get sights on the Lucio. They're going to be the annoying one with 100 charge. It's looking good for St. Rose to continue to hold. This team is operating at peak efficiency right now, Jesse.
I think the difference right now is just that Sojourn able to keep the distance away. The Reaper for Kean University just not able to get close enough. And when they do get close enough, all right, movie just like, all right, Zarya bubble.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it. And the Sojourn, especially with the Disruptor shot, with everything that they can use in their kit, it's just so hard for Kean University to close the gap.
Yeah, we can't... Sojourn has that one-shot potential that just can completely destroy through you. And now we have an EMP catching 3. And on top of that, a Graviton Surge is just getting better and better. Let's see if Economics is feeling bold here. They are going to use an EMP of their own. It's looking like a couple of kills are coming in for the way of Kean. I say a couple, and now it's just keeping to rise. Holding on to the Death Blossom as Odos is once again proving that they are a Sojourn to be reckoned with. So close, a very bold maneuver, but not quite able to happen there. St. Rose is going to lose the point. Kean's going to get the flip.
Going to get that flip, and it was just a little bit of off timing from Kean University for that EMP grab combo. The EMP was used, hit 3, but the grab only came in a few seconds later. At that point, Sound Barrier from St. Rose was used. On the flip side, St. Rose's EMP grab combo, spectacular.
It really was. Oh, okay, now we have the Death Blossom. 1, 2... It's looking good here, so this is going to be a little bit more breathing room for Kean to set themselves back up and start gaining some of that necessary percentage they need to get, because St. Rose, they're sitting at 99%.
Yeah, all they need is that point flip. I believe the bug is still in the game where if you're at 99% and you flip the point back in your favor, it's just an instant win. There's no OT timer, at least currently, in the game, so it's going to be very rough for Kean. They have to win this one.
All right, we go on to the Zarya, and on top of that, we have the overclock popped, another Graviton Surge, which completely negates what Odos is trying to do. They were able to get one, but it's just not going to be good enough when your entire team is dead, Jesse.
It's not going to be, but that fight was at least early enough where the majority of St. Rose is going to be able to come back and fight this. Sojourn, on the other hand, for St. Rose, not going to be able to. Very late death. They may be getting into this very late, but you see now St. Rose making their way to point with a few percentage to spare.
All right, this is down to the wire now. We've hit the overtime. This is where St. Rose needs to put it into high gear, and it's just not going to be happening for them as Kean University, one after another, the coalescence is huge, pushing forward. The DPS Moira is real, and Kean University somehow turned it around, and they're going to take the first round.
Able to bring it back 99-0. What a way to start off the day. And once they were able to capture that point, they were able to control where these fights were establishing. They didn't have to, play these long engagements that St. Rose were loving to play. They controlled where the fights happened. They loved pushing them on those corners in that in White Room, where yes, the Sojourn gets some value if they can kind of hold an off angle. But other than that, the Reaper just gets so much more done. And now as we head to Control Center, they may have a similar issue with the Reaper being very potent in these close chokes near server room.
It's going to be so hard for Odos to set themselves up to allow that railgun to be used to maximum effect. And so, like you said, it's going to be interesting to see how this works, especially since we're more than likely going to be meeting in the middle, just as we thought. If I were the Sojourn, definitely be on this side. You can see that the Sombra is trying to get a hack. The Immortality Field has already gone down on the side of St. Rose, and so Kean University picks that up. We're still kind of fighting it out on the high ground towards the server room, but no one's been able to get a pick just yet. We do have a hack onto Odos. Gonna have to back away just for now, play it safe. See that they're regrouping with the rest of the team. We're pushed up here. The point has been opened, and a nice railgun headshot that's going to allow them to readjust themselves and look towards the back line. See if maybe they can get lucky and pick up another one, especially onto that Lucio. But Kean University, down they fall, and St. Rose are going to pick it up.
I love the May play here from Clutch in that they're being so aggressive, Kean University. They want to be able to hold and try and play you close. So why not play the May? Wall them off. I think she's honestly really underrated right now because these walls still get a ton of value as she's now going to hold the choke, realizing they're going on high ground and may try and catch someone off.
Oh, that's exactly what they're going to do, and it's going to be the Lucio too. No more speed boost for you, Kean. You're going to have a little bit more difficult time to get away. We also got to think about it as well. Having the Mei is going to be so nice for them. It doesn't freeze anymore, but it does slow them down, and that allows, say, Odos to line up a good railgun headshot.
You know, I think we got a little bit of a
What is
backcat
this?
going on here, and it's gonna actually go through
this?
for Kean. There, that's what happens when you hold close like that. You can't get anybody back, and it's not gonna be much. It's gonna be what, 7? Yeah, not even 5%. But it does allow Kean University out of that close hold.
Yeah, they get a chance to breathe. They get a chance to move forward. Beans, she's popped the coalescence once again. But Odos, I've always unbelievable when you can do that as a Sojourn. Hitting the railgun shot onto the coalescing Moira and killing them is just insane.
Yeah, it was just that Moira just sitting a little bit to the right of that Moira wall. It's like, all right, you're still in the ground, but I can see you clear as day and able to take off their heads. 75% and counting now for St. Rose. And it's just been a beautiful fight for them. They don't have as many ults this fight. If they want to win this, they got to save that sound barrier for the grab, and there it is.
Already in and an EMP to make things feel good. 3 members caught inside of that, including the Lucio, who just went down. Now we're going to have a Zarya v Zarya duel. But when I say Zarya v Zarya, I mean Zarya v the entire team of Kean University.
That was beautiful from Kean University. The hack goes through onto the Lucio. When the grab initially goes off, oh, well, that's going to be a little bit of a stall. I probably just should have jumped off at that point.
Yeah.
But they initially hack the Lucio, can't get it off, and as soon as they know that first hack's going to go away, EMP the entire team, can never get it off, wins you the fight, keeps you alive.
Oh, I see a Death Blossom. This could be a good moment for Kean University to be able to stall out, maybe get a couple of clutch kills if they're looking for it. 108 HP, it's going to be dicey to decide to go in. You're going to wait for the sound barrier to go away as well, especially now that you have your own. It's going to be a little bit more breathing room. Doesn't look like the one. Okay, there we are. Now it's coming up big. This Reaper has bloomed.
That was just gorgeous amount of patience coming in from the Reaper of Kean University. Just like, all right, wait. Aggro beat comes out from College St. Rose. I don't mind the play. Try and push the backline with the Blizzard, but it just doesn't get the value that it needs. And all of a sudden, the Reaper's just kind of gliding around like, all right, gonna wait. They use Lamp, Blake's Lamp. During the middle of that Death Blossom, and now already 60% 2-point capture.
Ooh, I'm starting to get a little bit of deja vu here, Jesse. Kean University is getting some sweet percentages back for themselves, and this is a heroic effort and a heroic attempt. We see that the amplification matrix on top of the Graviton Surge. Now the overclock has been popped. Odos, you gotta start going nuts here. The heads need to be clicked. We do have 1 kill, and it's gonna be on the Zarya. This is gonna give a lot more breathing room. The other Zarya for St. Rose goes down, and now it's kind of back and forth for the moment. This is starting, the chances for St. Rose to get this back is starting to whittle away.
Yeah, it's just time is ticking down. They don't got a lot of time to play with, Sam. It's 92% counting for Kean University, and they're even getting eerily close to that grab. St. Rose have nothing in the ultimate economy.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're down to the final wire. Movie has been forced to switch over to the Diva, but now we're caught inside of an EMP. And with that EMP, the dreams are starting to fade. St. Rose's attempts and now a Graviton Surge is more than likely going to seal the deal here. A last-second attempt from the Sojourn is not going to be good. Kean University, twice they were on the back foot. And they get to take both of those rounds into a Lijiang Tower win. Jesse, what a first map.
What a first map to kick us off, and a lot of it to King Rock. Just the Reaper plays time and time again, coming up clutch. I believe this is the patience we were talking about. Waits, breaks the Immort break, and kills 3, and able to finish it up as well onto the Baptiste and Soldier. But the level of adaptation from Kean University was so good. Able to take, all right, you lose those first few fights. They don't look great. You're able to get a few, but it seems like it's St. Rose's to lose. And then each time, all right, you win that last possible fight, and then you just bring it all the way back. Their ultimate rotation was just perfect.
It was good ultimate rotation, good patience, and good knowledge of when to engage and not want to give that up. Twice it happened, 99%. St. Rose, all they needed to do was get that point back, and would have all been theirs. But somehow, Kean just figured out the secret formula. They figured out, we may be on the down and out right now, but we can regroup. We can figure out what we need to do. We just let the Reaper pop off. We play it patiently, and it opened up so many different possible opportunities and avenues. Once they got that point, it was just a grip hold that you just couldn't let go of.
Yeah, it's just they were just so good. I loved the May call. Even though it didn't work out for St. Rose like they would have liked, going into King's Row for map 2, I could see it making a return because, again, a lot of close choke points, can try and wall off. It just, Kean University just played around it so well. They're like, all right, we're going to try and go up top. Once they got wall the first, I'm like, all right, we're going to try and bait out the wall. We're going to try and be super aggressive. If you're going to wall us, you're going to wall 3 or 4 of us. And then you're just asking for a fight that you weren't ready to take yet. So it's just time and time again, Kean Rose, just the counter punches were so good. And in King's Row, again, we're going to see Zarya. I don't think that's going to change all night.
No,
maybe on Circuit Royale on map 3. Maybe we see a little bit of a change up. Other than that, we're going to be seeing a lot of Zarya today. I was a little surprised the amount of Moira we saw. I was kind of expecting to see more of Lucio Ana, Lucio Bap looks, but I don't mind the Moira look. You have to play a little bit faster. She doesn't have that lamp to kind of fall back on, but the Moira actually worked out really well.
I think it was just that little bit of extra DPS that the Moira brought along. Yeah. I mean, we saw the Coalescence, just how useful that was when it was able to be used to full effect, especially on the first map of Gardens. It helped them out so much. It was one of the things that helped them clutch out towards the end of that round. Just that little bit of extra healing along with that extra damage sets yourself up for so much success. And then too, DPS Moira is a thing now in Overwatch 2, and it's just so beautiful to be able to go in there and get what could be that potential finishing kill or that finishing blow that helps to set yourself up, especially when you're going against like a Sojourn where that precision really matters.
Yeah, I think the Battle Moira can work if you can coordinate it with your Sombra, because if you're just inting into the backline, then yeah, it's not going to work out for you. But if you're like, all right, a lot of the fights going on, if you hear a call from your Sombra or Reaper like, hey, somebody's low in the back, whether it be a Sojourn or the opposing Sombra, dive in, go in the backline, help finish off that kill, and then you can also heal up your DPS that were on that flank. And we saw that a lot from Kean University, and it worked out just so well for them. And we always swapping sides. Kean University on the attack first this time around, and St. Rose going to be pulling out, I would say, a pretty different look. Going to be the Nanoblade potential with the Genji and Ana, with the Ashe as well for that consistent damage. As I'm saying it, they're going to swap off of it. They're going to go back over to that Sojourn. Gotta love a little caster curse. And the Mercy as well to try and pocket both of those hit scan DPS.
That Mercy Ashe combination, if the Ashe is able to land the headshots, could be a huge difference maker here for them. But it's kind of the same thing that we've been seeing over and over again with Kean. Now that we have the Reaper on the side of, well, the Kean already had the Reaper, but with the Reaper potential here on King's Row, sort of a brawlier map, you can try to dislodge the Ashe from high ground and then put her back down, even though we're already chilling out here. But still, for the moment, it's looking like might be Kean University just going to speed right in, not waste any time to try and take this point, but they're going on to the high ground because it's just free and open for them to use.
Yeah, it's like, all right, nobody's going to... They were probably expecting at least the Honor Soldier to hold up there, but they don't. They just drop on down, trying to find the Moria and do great target call. And now they're just, the Steamroller just going to keep on trucking.
Yeah, you split them off from the rest of the group. You just walk in and you take it. You completely ignore the enemy team Zarya, and you have your target priority. And that's so important here in Overwatch 2. This is the moment where you need to have that aggression. There's no sense in attacking the tank over and over again. Just go straight to the backline and try and separate them like what we just saw there.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful setup. Like, all right, we can kind of just hang up on this high ground as long as we want, but as soon as they saw, I believe they saw the Mercy just glide over to the Ashe, like, all right, instantly, jumping on him. They don't have Guardian Angel for a second. We're just going to punish instantly, and it pays off so well. An excellent time bank, over 5 minutes, and now trying to battle for Archway control.
Now we have the Sojourn switching over to the Reaper. Odos on it now. Wanting to see if maybe that can help make the difference, especially against the brawlier nature of the Zarya. So we'll see how that's going to work out for them here. Really good tracking, though. I got to say that from Movie. This is a fantastic Zarya play. It's all about charging up yourself, though. That's the most important part, is getting to that location. Beans, she's popped her Coalescence. We're going to push in, see if maybe we can get someone with this. At the very least, keeping everybody alive, healed, topped off. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening for now. We have the Nano Boost on Odos, who's trying so desperately. They want the Lucio. Look how deep they're going to go to make that happen. It's not quite there, but the kills are going to be coming in behind them. And St. Rose going to push back Kean here at this very important archway.
And now Odo's just hiding up on that high ground trying to crouch. Like, all right, Death Blossom imminent. You know, they're probably getting at least close to that sound barrier if they do have it. As we know, obviously, we have, you know, a little extra intel. Going to be at 91%. They'll have it here probably as soon as this engage starts up. And they're going to try and go in. Not going to get much so far.
Okay, that's good patience, though. They didn't want to use it just yet. They don't really see a need to, especially with Zarya down. They still get a little bit more breathing room. You wait for that to happen again. It was also an inopportune moment. We know that the Lucio, they should know by now that the Lucio has the sound barrier, and so they're waiting to see when is going to be the opportune time to go ahead and use it. And now it's going to be the opportune time. In we go, not allowing the Lucio to drop the beat. They get eliminated, regroup with the rest of the team, but it's going to be St. Rose recovering from that and beginning to push forward.
Yeah, they're going to win the fight. It's not going to hurt them too much, I think, that late Death Blossom. I think it was just a little bit too late from Odos. They didn't have the members from St. Rose there, and the Sombra especially was not there to help with the EMP. It was just a little late. People were past that archway, and they get at least a little bit of value out of it. But now this car can finally get going after it gets stalled for nearly 2 minutes at archway, and now going to be trying to go with the EMP, and it only hits Moira.
Ooh, that's going to be rough. Meanwhile, on the other hand, look at the size of that EMP Death Blossom combination. Kean was not messing around.
That was just perfect. That's just perfect. Chef's kiss from us. It just, what perfect setup right there. EMP, as soon as the EMP goes down, the Death Blossom goes down as well. So that sound barrier doesn't even have time to go down, and now they can hold up close, but re-engage still will come in.
Now it's going to be up to Kean University to try and push them off here. Lucio has been hacked. Now we're going to see if that's going to mess with them any. The Sombra does go down, and now Moopies push forward thanks to the power boost of a Nano. Is going to allow them to do a lot of damage, and a Nano boosted 100 charge Zarya is very scary. On top of throwing in a Graviton Surge with the anti-nade. That anti-nade was so phenomenal to allow them to get that little bit of extra damage to seal the deal and get St. Rose just that last few meter defense in order to hold before it got to point B.
Yeah, just a beautiful Bionade coming in from the Ana of College St. Rose, and it's just perfection. Again, they used a lot there, which, it's like, yeah, you have to win that. It's too much time if you don't. Now, it's a little bit too close for cover. The Summer's going to have to TP out back to that underground Mega, but Kean getting ready for another Grav.
You're gonna have to build up to it quick. We're kind of dry right now, so for both teams, it's looking to build up towards their ultimates. And for our Reaper Odos, they are very close to having their own, so this could spell disaster for Kean University with no way to really try and negate that. Odos does have it active and available, and it is big. Getting at least 2, a third kill just coming in naturally. And there you have it. St. Rose is holding so well.
So, well, at least for Kean University, you kind of step out, okay, we may not win this fight. St. Rose is going to have a few ultimates. We have nothing at the moment. So you take a dry fight, not going to, you know, commit anything that you're going to lose. And now that Graviton Surge about to be online. There it is. And it's cool. That should be out shortly, but a very quick one.
Not even wasting any time, and there goes Lucio. You just move right onto it. Pure aggression. And Zarya is not wanting to let this time bank tick away any further. They need to get to point B. But Odos is just going nuts, and sitting right here is Halfcraft, pumping the heals, keeping everybody alive. And now we have the counter Graviton Surge. Odos is going nuts. Pushing in, still going back. Gotta get this Reaper off the field for now. The movie's gonna have to be careful. And gonna have to keep their eyes on the Sombra as well. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Down they go. And now St. Rose is looking good with only 10 seconds left for Kean University to try and get this payload to the finish line. It's gonna be a little bit difficult. We do have an EMP as well to try and hold things back. Ooh, okay, there we go, committed. It's gonna hit the Moira. But Moira is gonna survive just for now. Not too long though. And that is gonna be St. Rose getting the kills that they need. They are actually gonna hold. I say that. Okay, we got a double kill.
Not.
Maybe. Okay. We're still in overtime. It's taken away now. And St. Rose holds.
Yeah, that got a little close near the end. I'm like, okay, are they gonna be able to bring this back? King's able to get 2, but not able to get all that they need. It is gonna be just short of the second phase checkpoint for Kean University. Again, great adaptation this time from College of St. Rose. You get punched in the face, admittedly, in that first fight, but from there on out, a very solid defense, considering it was 5.5 minutes when Kean University captured point A. And I think that Ana, especially with those nades and the nanos as well on Odos, just to build up that Death Blossom just that little bit faster, was able, and it was allowed them to kind of rotate their ults just a little bit more efficiently than Kean University. But honestly, it's anybody's game here, Sam.
Absolutely. I mean, with only 109.51 meters, that is St. Rose's win condition. They need to reach that. They get to take Kings Row and even this series back up. But that's going to be the question. They had a really good defense. What's their attack going to look like, though? It's starting to look a little bit similar to what we saw. We have the standard lineup that we've seen from them so far with the Sojourn. There's the Reaper coming back out now, Zarya as well. And I think they're feeling really good about keeping the Ana. I mean, the Ana set themselves up for a lot of, in my opinion, amazing team kills that were only possible because of the Ana's anti-nade.
Oh, 100%. My only worry now is that she was able to get so much value because of where he was setting up, right? Like, he was able to hold kind of far back. Kean University couldn't close the gap. And now you kind of have to keep up with the pace of play. I worry a tiny bit, but I think it'd still be extremely good if they can just make sure they're staying that little bit away so they can't get railed by the Zarya beam.
Let's see who our hack target is going to be. It's going to be the other Sombra. You love to see it. They're going to get away, translocate back to safety. And now Odos is going to duel with the Lucio inside of Hotel Room. Lucio's going to skate away. And now they're going to see if maybe they can get a lucky pick. He's not going to be able to. Going to have to regroup with the rest of the team. But no fade is just going to spell disaster there. Kean University is going to hold on for just a second. You can see that St. Rose is respecting it.
Yeah, St. Rose is like, all right, we lost that fight. We got back up. No need to, try and go in a little bit too far along just to get like an extra 10% of ult charge. And you could just see the Zarya just trying to spam around, trying to find that Sombra, not able to find it. I think both Sombras now are like, okay, we gotta play a little safe.
Yeah, we can't just be going in when we have laser beams trying to cut us down. That's never any fun. St. Rose, look at this. The aggression to just go right in. Maybe see if they can get somebody. The Sombra has to translocate out just for the moment. And now that gives the Zarya the chance to hit the Graviton Surge, go back in and start blasting.
Able just to pick up all the kills, and it's going to be a near team kill. Clutch Kit's out with maybe 5 HP, if that. And going to force St. Rose to make a swap. Going to go off of that Ana and back onto the Moira to try and match the team comp of Kean University. But what a play. A little bit of grab, a little bit of Koa in there. And Kean University able to clean it up halfway. And half the clock now off the board for St. Rose.
Yeah, St. Rose is having a little bit of difficulty on this attack, and you can see now that they've abandoned the Ana for now, switching over to Moira, wanting to get that little bit of extra utility that comes out from her. We're seeing hacks going all over the place. But for now, the point is being given up by the moment for Kean before they re-engage onto St. Rose. Just giving up a little bit here, but we're not going to let them take it all the way. Maybe? Question mark. Okay, there we go. We go back in. Now we have the Death Blossom coming through, but it's not going to find very much. And now a big EMP is what we were waiting for. A counter EMP now comes in along with the Death Blossom. But just like with St. Rose's Death Blossom, it doesn't look like it's going to find too much there. Mubi is going to be hit with the hack, but it's going to be good enough for St. Rose, at the very least here, to get the payload.
Finally moving just a little bit. And King Rock, it was almost there, but they just couldn't get those last few pickoffs with it. And now Odo is just going to push on forward, forces the Zarya bubble out. At least gets a little bit of value. Now they can close on in, knowing that she only has one. And what an aggro play with the grab!
That got a little bit dicey for Odos there, but it was like you said, that aggro play was so huge. You're going in, you're creating all of this space, and you're getting some kills on top of it. That is so huge, especially for St. Rose. They look how close they need to get it. They basically need to get it to the point. And so for each and every single opportunity that you can give yourself, you want to take it.
Yeah, you want to be able to take it. You reset the Zarya charge as well, and you get Mopi so much extra percentage in their charge, and already a quarter of the way to their next grab. And now the Sommer's just going to get the little hack off and just going to have to back off as the early coalescence going to force St. Rose back.
Now we're stuck inside of the Graviton Surge, is feeling a little bit crushing as Kean University reestablishes dominance there. Was looking a little bit dicey, but for College of St. Rose, I mean, they got a Graviton out of that along with a Coalescence, so they got to be feeling pretty good building up towards their own ultimates.
Yeah, they got to be feeling pretty good about themselves, knowing like, all right, we probably got to win. If you're St. Rose, we got to win 2 fights, right? If you're Kean University, you probably are looking at, I would say, probably 3 or 4 out of 5 fights. And so far, both teams, at least, in a pretty decent position to do so.
Winning out the Sombra duel is going to be Kean. So now it's going to be a little bit more difficult to have that extra damage that comes from the hack. We're still fighting around the bookstore corner. This is going to be really good for Kean, being able to take all of this space for themselves and push in so far. You can see that St. Rose is having difficulty trying to figure out how to go beyond that. Now Odos has their Death Blossom available on top of the EMP, and we've seen just how deadly this can be if it's going to be able to go off at the right time. But for Odos, they have no help to be able to capitalize in and push forward, so that's where you have to rely on the rest of the team. And we already have Moosey back with that Graviton. They don't need it right now, Jesse. And so when it comes to this next team fight, if it does happen, they have so many opportunities to be able to use it.
They have so many resources as well. Was that a late sound barrier coming out? That's an interesting call, and knowing that your team could get back in time. Now EMP gonna land on 3, both supports and the Zarya not gonna be able to use that sound barrier, but it will be laid out eventually here, and it will be enough. St. Rose, they fight back, and we're all leaving after 2.
What a series so far. These 2 teams have been going at each other's throats, Jesse. Unbelievable how they're able to just sort of read the room and figure out what they need to do in order to capitalize on the weaknesses of the other team. And I've been loving the adaptation as well, getting off the Sojourn, going onto the Reaper, taking advantage of these tight corridors and getting into that more brawlier nature that St. Rose, I think that gave them the edge there.
Yeah, I love the counterplay going on right now. It's like, all right, they're adapting to each other's styles so nicely. It's keeping each team on their toes, and now the ball is back in Kean University's court. How are you going to adapt after your offense couldn't get going with a 5.5-minute time bank? And even though your defense was pretty solid, you eventually got picked apart just because of a few misplays. But honestly, I think we go 5. I think we're going to Oasis at some point.
Absolutely.
I could see this going to 5.
I could see it going as well with how hungry these teams are for this big win tonight. There's still a couple more maps that we have to go through before we get there, including Circuit Royale, the new Overwatch 2 map.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they kind of pull out in Circuit Royale, because it is one of those anomalies right now of like, okay, you may play a different style, you may not play the Zarya, you could probably get away with it still. But I think right now with the Sigma double sniper comp, probably BAP Zen, is just so ridiculously good, especially on second phase where you can just hold that high ground. If that car had, or I should say like the Indy car basically, that Formula 1 car, if that's not at least halfway up the street, you can just hold up there and they have to put pressure on you just to even make you move.
And then you're forcing them to adapt to that, to try and dislodge you from the high ground. And so you're kind of wanting to ignore the tank who's cleaving through your front lines. And I got to be honest, it's going to be, like you said, interesting. How are the teams going to figure out what to play here? I'm excited to see some Widowmaker, and I think we'll see the return of Sojourn after her brief little break on King's Row. I think that both of those heroes are going to have a really good opportunity to shine on Circuit Royale. It's going to be up to the teams, though. We know that Odos is able to play that Sojourn so well, but we haven't really seen that too much from Kean University so far.
No, we really haven't seen it that much. It's, we've seen the little bit of Ashe at least getting teased, but that was really about it. But as soon as they got ran over by the Ashe on that first fight of King's Row, they swapped off of it immediately. So I wonder if they're like, okay, we at least know that we're at least somewhat comfortable on it. Maybe we go back onto it during this map, as I think Ashe Sojourn is a little underrated. I think Widow, if you can hit the shots, Widow's better than Ashe. But if you're looking for more consistent damage with Dynamite from Ashe and the Disruptor shot from Sojourn, that's just a crazy amount of just constant AoE damage that you need such a high healer comp for. And some teams aren't willing to run it because they want to play high damage. And I think it could be a really cool, almost like chess-like play that we could see these teams kind of interact with.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is what's so much fun about these new maps that come out from Overwatch 2 is how the teams figure out their comfort levels as they're learning. We're only a couple of weeks into Overwatch 2 now, Jesse. And so sure, we've been able to play this for a little bit now, and we're starting to get an idea of how we want to go about playing it. But look at this composition. I mean, this is something that we didn't even see.
Yeah, St. Rose, they're gonna go to the pharmacy. That's really interesting. I was not expecting that, but if they want to keep Odos, they seem to be more, at least confident on those flex DPS. So shove them on the far. I can't speak. With the Mercy Pocket, Clutch with that Ashe can kind of stay far away. We saw earlier that they're at least comfortable on the hero. With Moopy on the Sig, I think that could work, and I'm curious what Kean will eventually land on here. Yeah, they're going to be swapping out. I was like, if they go with the Wrecking Ball, that's quite inventive. But no, they're going to go on to that Sig with the Zen and the Ana as well. We're going to see some Genji play for the first time today.
Getting to see Genji play, we're getting to see Sigma, and now we have a pharmacy. What is Circuit Royale right now? This is the meme dreams that I've been living for. Holding strong though, and that is where the Sojourn is going to be so powerful already to get that railgun kill onto Clutch and opening things up wide for Kean University to be able to push themselves through. A quick res is going to happen to bring Clutch back up, but I mean, look at how much space Kean University has already gotten. You've taken out the Baptiste on top of that. This is just so much opportunities for you to be able to push forward, and there's really nothing that St. Rose can do right now.
No, they have no answers for it currently, as this is just moving on forward already off of that Pharah. It's like, all right, Odos, just do your thing on the Soldier. We know what you can do on it, so we're just going to put you right back on it with that nice little Mercy boost, trying to take out this Sig and the Genji as well, and they just don't touch point, Sam. They just don't touch point.
They just gave it up. That is unfortunate. I mean, you could have stopped it right there. You could have at least pushed forward. I mean, Kean University is clapping back hard now, and they're getting kills on like it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, an attempt should have been made.
Yeah, it's maybe that's just we got days without a C9. We got to reset that back to 0 for ECAC play. Hopefully, we don't have to reset that again later today. But at least for St. Rose, you still have a little bit of time, but you give up so much positioning, and now Kean University can just hold here near the end of the second phase with really no punishment.
Yeah, and this was what we were talking about. This was so important for St. Rose to hold on because they just gave up all of this juicy high ground, and now Kean University is destroying them.
It's just, you give up the most perfect spot to hold, maybe the hardest spot to break in the entire
this is so
map.
Aggressive.
In the entire game, other than the end of this phase. Hey, yeah, this is so aggressive. I love this, though. You have overclock if you need to. You force out window.
You force out window at such a perfect place. Okay, all right, Odos. We see you. You're able to get the railgun, and now we pop the overclock. A second one comes in. Aren't we the aim god that we've been looking for? Not quite, but hey, 2 is good enough. But the Ana had different plans for that one. We're still stuck here, but it's just a matter of time before Kean University is able to get point B.
Yeah, that's just such a big miscalculation for St. Rose, and it's a huge payoff for Kean University. They realize the mistake, oh, they're not holding bridge. Okay, we're just gonna move up, I guess, and we're gonna take all this free high ground that is so hard to break through, and now they have such a juicy time bank for a portion of the map that is notoriously difficult even for Overwatch League standards to finish.
Not only do they have a juicy time bank, Jesse, they have a juicy amount of ultimates they can use. Such powerful ultimates like the Nano Blade. They have Overclock available, Transcendence if things start to get dicey. You can see that none of them are using it here because they want to use it when they are ready on their terms. You managed to draw out the Gravitic Flux from the Sigma, and now it's just going to come in and use it whenever they're ready.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stagger here onto the Ana at least. Gonna actually flip both ways though. Mubi's gonna get taken out. Should have dropped potentially now. Again, free space gonna be given up. This car is gonna be able to make it around the corner. And as you said, Kean Universe, they're licking their lips at the amount of ultimates they have. They have all 5 once this Gravitic Flux is online. You're gonna force Mubi over to the Diva as well, but this Nano Blade, other than that lamp that's not gonna last for too long, you have no counters.
Now let's see how this Gravitic Flux is gonna go. The Immortality Field is gonna keep the Diva standing for just a second longer. A second longer is what's gonna happen here with this Nano Blade as it's cleaving through anything and everything in this Genji site. Unbelievable. The only person who can even try to hold is Odos, but it's just not gonna be possible. Kean University, over 3 minutes on the clock, goes all the way. Jesse St. Rose, they just collapsed.
That maybe shows a little bit of inexperience on the map, as what it's perfect execution from Kean University. Like, you force them off of the comp they initially started with the pharmacy. You force them off immediately just because of how great your DPS played, and then you take advantage of them not touching point. You win that fight. You take advantage of that poor positioning. Then you move up. And like, all right, we take second phase, you're moving on up a little bit, and again, a small miscue. The Sigma just lasts a little bit too long on that high ground, gets focused down by the Genji, gets taken out, and you get so much more map control. And at that point, you haven't had to use any ultimates because of St. Rose making mistakes. You haven't really needed to, and you just have 5 ultimates near the very end of the map, which is notoriously difficult to get through. But you use the Gravitic Flux, forces out the lamp coming out from the Baptiste. Like, all right, it's Nano Blade on a silver platter. Go on, go get 4. You clean it up, and you have 3.5 minutes left. It's just bonkers, Sam.
Oh man, bonkers is the correct word. This is such a huge time bank that even if St. Rose is able to get there, Kean University on the next round is going to be so happy. They're going to be so ready to go throughout the rest of this, and that's going to give them just so much room to work with here. And now St. Rose, this is their attempt to try and rectify this mistake, see if they can make that push happen just as quick as Kean University did. But that's an uphill battle no matter how you cut it.
Yeah, it's no matter what. It's a rough spot to be in if you're St. Rose. You either have to have a near perfect execution to even have a similar time bank, or you're going to be playing from behind. You know, I like this aggression, forcing the high ground, and trying to get value out of this Zarya.
See what we can do here. Maybe we're going to try and get the Sigma off, the Disruptor shot into the back line to once again gain as much control as possible. Down goes one support from a railgun headshot, and oh man, a little bit difficult to try and make that happen, but now Genji is clapping back with a double kill of their own. So we're gonna see maybe if we can get the Sojourn. It's a little bit dicey for them. It's gonna happen though, good enough. And Kean University, they're making it work. They're making the dream work.
Yeah, King Rock, we saw him earlier on the Reaper. We're like, man, this guy, he's killing it. And on the Genji, he's doing the exact same thing, just playing phenomenally. They have to back up a tiny bit here, at least for a half second for their supports to get back into the action. But now can try and hold this corner, knowing that they don't really need to hold that first corner. It's not the best position to hold, and they can kind of hold near the finish line.
Yeah, no reason to set yourself up for a potential railgun headshot that'll insta-kill you or something like that. Just, you know, it's kind of like King's Row. You give up a little bit of space, but that's okay because you're going to set yourself up for success later on down the road. Meanwhile, Odos is going to set themselves up for success with a quick railgun headshot. Now we have the Gravitic Flux coming through, but the Immortality Field is going to keep everyone alive for the moment. We do have Kean University clapping back another railgun headshot. Odos is popping these like it's crazy, but unfortunately not crazy enough. Down they go. Kean University is going to hold.
Odos tried to carry so hard that fight, Sam. I don't think I've ever... That was a very good rock. I don't think I've ever seen a Sojourn pop off that much, and their team still loses the fight. They land a headshot from the middle of the air during the Gravitic Flux. They're able to land a few extra shots as well, but they just can't land the shot on the King Rock, and they're able to finish up the fight with their Sigma. And now, already, time a little bit not in the favor of St. Rose, especially considering the time bank they're battling against.
Okay, we do have some ultimates that we can try to use here, but the big one for St. Rose. They're gonna have to worry about is Kean University's Nano Blade once again. That Graviton Surge is gonna have to come up big. We have the EMP happening, but now Become has popped their own overclock as kill after kill are gonna be coming through one after another. Down they go. And the sad thing here too, Jesse, is look at the ultimate lineup for St. Rose. Gone.
That was disaster. That was worst case scenario for St. Rose. They whiff Grav. You have a failed EMP attempt because the Transcendence goes off right legit milliseconds before the EMP finishes and EMP animation finishes. And now you still have to deal with this Flux. And what? The Sunbear goes out, but now free Nano Blade.
Yeah, free Nano Blade. It's just time
to... maybe not.
Okay, no free Nano Blade, but we're still able to get some usage out of it. Both supports are eliminated, but that is all our Genji is capable of doing here. But thankfully, the rest of the team is looking solid to make that happen. Become with 2 HP to their name. It's just not quite there. St. Rose holding on by a thread as this last second. See if maybe they can do this, but this is what I like. Kean University are actually on point. They're actually defending it. They're trying to make sure that St. Rose is not going to get this easily as the rest of the team, the reinforcements have come through. It's looking like it's still going to go in St. Rose's favor, but to bring it into overtime, it's just what Kean wants.
Yeah, Kean know, like, okay, the ball is still very much in their court this game. Like, they have the time advantage. I think it's physically impossible for College of St. Rose to even have a better time bank than them. But they do kind of capitalize on the mistake Kean University did on their attack. They're able to have a lot of forward positioning here. Somebody just kind of sitting on that car, and they're going to try and get the pickoff onto the Zen, but just instead get some nice little EMP charge. But now they set up EMP Grav combo online. It could be the start of a little bit nice of a snowball here for St. Rose.
Oh, okay. The snow kind of melted a little bit, but at least Clutch has that EMP. Now we have the Graviton Surge. The Biotic Grenade is going to keep the team healthy and alive. Genji goes down. Now we rotate. You can see that Moopy says, we need to get out of here. We need to run. We need to not die.
Yeah, I like my charge. I would like to keep that charge. Even though Moopy...
Oh my gosh.
I love this aggression, but there was an error there where they used that grab. Use the right click. Use the AoE damage. Don't just use the beam. I think they could have probably got a kill if they do that, but instead, they're not able to use it. And now St. Rose, they at least still have a few ultimates online. Still have that EMP Blade and Coalescence all ready to go. Soundbarrier online very shortly. And Kean University as well. They have that Nano, gonna have that Blades. I want to see who, who has that trigger finger.
Okay, now we have the EMP Dragon Blade combo, and it's looking clean for them so far. Onto the Ana, but the other Genji is going to protect their support, which is, as a support, that's like a dream come true.
He's like, oh my god, my DPS are actually peeling for me. It's just crazy. And now the Nano goes on. Gonna try and get something done with it. Gets hacked and not gonna be able to build up that blade in time to use the Nano. But it has stalled enough time for that Gravitic Flux. Gonna be used and forces out a few bubbles as well. The kills, they just keep coming, Sam.
This is excellent. Kean University has it on lockdown right now. They know exactly what they need to do. And they know exactly how they want to go about doing it. So beautiful. Become the sojourn of my dreams. And now as the timer is whittling down, only 10 seconds left to go. St. Rose, they're looking like they are on the ropes. With no ultimates, Kean University has so many opportunities here. I say that, but now the Transcendence has been taken off the field. This is going to become trying to use this Dragon Blade. Let's see if they're gonna be able to hold. We have 1 kill. We have 2. Let's see if we're gonna get a 3rd one. Not quite. And St. Rose, they're making it work somehow in these overtime like in these overtime moments.
Yeah, but the Drake, it just comes back in time. It's a huge clutch coming in from the Zen, and that just heals everybody up back to where they need to be, and they win. They hold on by the skin of their teeth. Kean University, we're on match point.
We are on match point. That was that was a lot of fun to watch. They were able to stall it out so well there. to allow the Zenyatta to get back with their Transcendence, save the day, give the rest of the team the opportunity to get the kills. Here's the insane Nano Blade combination that sealed the deal and let Kean University go all of the way. What a matchup so far. What a series tonight, Jesse.
What a matchup this has been. Like, it's just been insane how good this matchup has been, how close these teams are. Yes, I would say that last map was a little bit more in Kean's favor, but I think the only reason why it got to that point was I think it was just St. Rose maybe not knowing and understanding the map quite enough yet. Like, the positioning of those fights was just like, all right, it was a little clunky and they got caught off, and it was just Kean just taking advantage. It's like, credit to them. They realized a mistake and they took full advantage of that. I think that might have been one of the best Circuit Royale pushes I've seen anywhere. But now, as we're going to take a few minute break, but I think Coliseo, what do you want to see these teams kind of get ready for?
For the Zarya matchup of their life.
Yeah. I think that's probably what we're going to see too. But we're going to give the teams a few minutes to kind of have a little bit of a think tank on what they want to do in Coliseum. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
And we are back. Coliseo could be the make or break here as Kean University has taken the lead on St. Rose. This is St. Rose's last opportunity to try and tie this series back up.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance they can do it. Considering we're going to Colosseo, which it's gonna be Zarya. Like we kind of joked about it before. It's gonna be a Zarya map. I think Odos though could run anything that they've been comfortable on so far, which is my one worry, because they've been able to run the Reaper, and I think at certain points of this map, Reaper is very good. And I think Sojourn, because Sojourn is basically good on every map right now, is also very good on Colosseo. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to be able to, kind of run these interesting comps on Colosseo. And I think people are still getting used to push a little bit. It's a little different, as it's really weird on kind of like when and where you take these fights. But if you have the prioritization down, like, okay, we want to play, let's say, Colosseo, it's going to be mid, probably bridge, checkpoint, and from there, it's kind of just depending on when you can kind of contest. I really think these teams, if they can kind of nail that down, we got a really nice match on our hands.
That's the important thing. They got to nail it down. And for St. Rose, when they had the difficulties on Colosseo, a new map, that gave them some issues. Now we go into a new map plus a new game mode where push can be kind of, it is a game of strategy. Okay. Sometimes the spawns are really far away. The bot is across the map on a different world, different planet at this point, and we have to walk all the way there. So how do we get there as quick as we can? What are some of the shortcuts that we are able to take? It's knowing that map inside of and out that allows you to regroup with the team fast. Do we give up the bot for a little bit while we're pushing it and regroup so that way we can take this next team fight? So that way we're at full strength. We give up a little bit of space, but we're at least able to do this at full fighting force.
Yeah, I think I did the math the other day. It's like 15 seconds if you're, let's say, like an Ana, to get from initial spawn to around where you'd be fighting for that first checkpoint. So you really have to be picky. Like, okay, if you have a crucial member of your team gone, it may just be better. Okay, let's give up the bot a little bit, step back for a few seconds, and then come back into it. Because if you lose that fight, it could just be setting off such a chain reaction that you cannot come back from. But now we'll just be able to wait and see here what these teams are kind of teasing. But I think probably what Genji, Soldier, and Zarya, Lucio, Moira, if I had to guess before we spawn on in here, it'd be my guess. Am I at least decently right? Hey, I'll take that. I'll take majority right.
You got at least half of it right. I mean, I get majority. Yeah. I did half expect the Sombra to come out because Sombra, she's just so powerful with her hacks, and then add on top of that the increased damage, which is so necessary to allow you to secure those kills, is really important. The gates have opened, and now this is Kean University's match point. St. Rose, this is all or nothing. They need to stop them here now.
And I think at least off of first look, they have the better comp. I like them trying to be aggressive with this Lucio speed. Again, kind of like Li Jing, close the gap. Do not allow this Sojourn to get the value.
And you can see that they're kind of denying that value. Look how in their face they're getting. You deny Sojourn a lot of that potential to be able to use that railgun because of just how close you are to them. And now with this, they're not even worrying about the bot. They just want to get them off. They want to push them forward and try to gain as much ground as they can. But eventually, someone's got to go get that bot because this is kind of sitting there.
Yeah, it's kind of just hanging out like, is somebody gonna push me? There we go. I think it's Otis now going. I'm at least trying to get that bot going to that barricade, and now St. Rose can kind of travel with it a little bit more here and let Odos have a little bit more free range. So far, just beautiful play from St. Rose.
Really, they're getting in their face, which is what you need to do to take away a lot of the strengths of Sojourn. And you're just hard focusing it down too. Look at that coordination to dive on top of Waffle Iron, eliminate them, and now it's just a shooting gallery for St. Rose. They can, the bot's not being pushed still, but hey, they're gonna be able to push it soon.
They're able to get on it now, and they force out the Valk, which I have a feeling because Beans is just gonna swap. You would assume, right?
You'd have
like,
to, yeah.
You're getting ran down, like very similar like King's Row strats back in the day. Like, they're just closing that gap so efficiently. Yeah, we're gonna see the swaps already be coming out. Waffle now going over to the Lucio, and Beans going over to the Moira. So swapping that main support and flex support in this part, and Bot keeps on pushing. And what aggressiveness!
They're just going to go ahead and pop the Graviton Surge and destroy everyone. You can see that King Rock was like, okay, now I need to get out of here, back to spawn.
Yeah, it's like, they are not gonna be my friends. I need to back up in this spot. It's gonna get the first checkpoint just because Kean University's not been able to really do anything about it. It's a little bit of deja vu from Circuit Royale, Sam.
I know, it's Kean is just not able to handle this. Now we have the Coalescence coming through. But for St. Rose, they have forward spawns, so things are a little bit better for them. We've used the EMP to caught inside of that, and is good enough to allow St. Rose to continue this dominating assault.
This is just, it's getting out of hand now.
It really
Kean
is.
University. They gotta get something going. You have that Summer soon from Waffle Iron. You have the Blade currently. I think you gotta be at least a little aggressive with it. You cannot afford.
This is gonna be good though, because now you've eliminated Clutch, who had the Death Blossom. King Rock is now able to use their Dragon Blade to good form, allowing them to get a lot of kills. But there's something that we have to think about. The forward spawns are activated. This is gonna give St. Rose a second to regroup and hit the recontest as well, especially with how close the barrier is. This is gonna be a lot more difficult for Kean University to make up all of this lost ground.
Yeah, but I'd say the one thing for Kean University they did right was the fact that they only had to use one ultimate. A lot of times when teams are in that position, they use way too much. Kean University only had to use one.
All right, Clutch is wanting to go in there and be the hero of the day with the Death Blossom, but the sound barrier, the overhealing is keeping everyone sustained and ready to go. You've taken that away from Clutch, and now you try to hit them with a hack. The bubble is going to keep that Sombra safe. It was just at the last second, and now it's just back and forth. We're seeing all of the ultimates being popped. Now on top, we have the EMP coming through, but against all odds, I mean, it's just not happening. St. Rose is not going down.
Yeah, it hits 3, but not able to get anybody at all, and now it's just a constant back and forth, like, all right, damage, shield, rinse, and repeat.
And this is what we were talking about. We just fight it out here in the center of the map. Finally, Beans goes down along with Zarya. And for St. Rose, the barrier gets to continue to be pushed. We just had to make the quick run back. And that is it. Kean University is now up to them to try and hold, but with ultimates down bad, it's going to be a little bit rough for them to try and make that happen.
Yeah, and St. Rose, they still have that grab and EMP pretty soon as well to hold on to. And Kean University, you gotta find something quick.
Oh my gosh, you just waste no time using that Graviton Surge. It is going to be so beautiful. And on top of that, we get a Leo Lion eliminating themselves. Unfortunate. It happens though, you know, Zarya, very deadly. And now for, I mean, Moopy just gets to destroy.
Just wiping the floor, and the impact of that previous fight, both teams were just basically playing as soon as both of those EMPs were kind of countered out and peeled for. It was just that coalescence that they played around, and now Kean gonna try and use that on the back end.
Everybody caught inside of it, and Clutch, that is the go for them to blast away with the Death Blossom. A beautiful St. Rose showing us how it is done.
Just a beautiful setup, the EMP, the Death Blossom all over top end, just everything for St. Rose is going fantastic, except for that grab actually. Gonna lose a few, and Kean University not gonna be done yet. They're gonna stop that bot just a few meters away from that final destination, but man, did they have a very large mountain to climb, as St. Rose have just looked so dang good. And Kean University now, they have Blade. You need to win this fight. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you lose this, you're putting yourself in an impossible situation.
And I mean, look at this. St. Rose have already gotten all of this space back because of the forward spawns. King Rocket's all on you, buddy. Start slicing, start dicing. Battle Pants goes down. You're getting everything that you need to. King Rock, you unbelievable Genji god. That is exactly what Kean needed.
Just a beautiful setup, and again, one ultimate use. Kean University, they need to be careful of how much they use, because you know St. Rose is just going to, at this point, try and pile up all our ults and use them at once. But a beautiful initiation, dash up. Instead of them waiting for the nano, they're waiting for the bubble from Leo to try and initiate that fight, and it works out. But now, we have a fight near bridge.
Oh, the coalescence into the Graviton Surge is helping to make a lot happen. And even though St. Rose had it in their hand, or Kean University had it in their hand, St. Rose is now answering back with some words of their own. A desperate attempt from the Moira from Beans as she tries to make sure that bot does not turn direction. But it's just too much.
Yeah, it's just not enough for Kean to keep it going. And now on the back foot again, Odo's going to be looking for just one extra hack. Almost has the EMP to try and match with Clutch yet again.
Moopy, not messing around. They love taking these aggressive forward positions. Try to do as much as you can, and now with the EMP on top of that, you're able to do so much more. A last-second desperate attempt to boop Moopy away, but Clutch was there, clutching your life in their hands, and now has tries to use their Death Blossom. It's not gonna find anything. And with that, it's starting to slip through their hands. The bot is at the final few meters. This is up to Kean to try and make the picks happen. And it's looking like they're finally coming through for them. But with how close, it's just, I mean, Jesse, St. Rose is so close.
They're back to where they were 2 minutes ago. It's like, all right, the bot got you really close. We had to use a few key ultimates just to stay alive. And now you have about roughly a minute and a half. Kean University is going to be able to play at mid before that bot reaches the halfway mark. So they're still going to have forward spawns if they die during this fight.
Now let's see what the decision from Clutch is going to be. How they're going to be taking this engagement. Just go ahead and pop it immediately. Try to get the Zarya off the field. At the very least, you draw out the beat. So even though Clutch didn't get anybody out of it, you did manage to get a high value ultimate. Now for King Rock, with this blade, we've seen just how deadly they are with it. The question is how well they're going to be using it. Very good read on finding out where Clutch was going with that TP. And for now, it's just holding on to it. No need to use it. You've already gotten a couple good picks.
This from Hallcraft and Halfcraft, maybe, yeah, I think that was more just trying to fend off the push from Kean University, not going to allow them to try and get that pressure on high ground. Instead, just going to have to sit by the bot. No, very fast grab. Can't use co-op because they're hacked.
And now on top of that, you try King Rock with the Dragon Blade once again, but I think this is going to be a much more difficult affair for them. And as it turns out, it is. It's a lot more difficult to try and get effective use with that Dragon Blade when your entire team is dead.
Yeah, it kind of helps. You know, a 5v5 blade is a lot better than a 1v5 blade. As the spot going to reach the halfway mark, and Mopi just kind of walk this by themselves. They know they don't need to really push this as far as they need to, as long as they don't suffer too many casualties.
Yeah, the rest of the team has been regrouped thanks to the help of Battle Pants' Lucio. Now we have become once again using that Death Blossom. This time, it's going to get at the very least one and deal a lot of damage to the rest of Kean University. Good enough to be able to get 3 and control of the bot, but now we're in overtime. Perfection is the name of the game now.
They could do it. I think they have the tools to win this next fight as long as Leo is able to use this grab efficiently, because there's no sound barrier to counter it quite yet. This bot tries to make their way under ours. I want to see them be aggressive, and they are.
Oh, that's exactly it. The Fade gonna be coming in from Clutch to protect them just for a little bit, but Battle Pants is a worthy pick to be able to get for yourself, and now we're having a fight underneath the tunnels. But for now, Kean University is staying alive through this Waffle Iron popping the beat. Now we're gonna have forward spawns for them. This is a little bit more breathing room, but we're still in overtime. This is gonna be much more difficult for Kean to maneuver around the bot, not too far that they can go.
Yeah, they at least got to play somewhat around it, and I don't blame Waffle Iron for using the sound barrier very late, that you can't afford to lose players. But now you have no answer to the EMP and to the grab that's just awaiting from St. Rose.
Now it's all coming in. This is all over Kean. All of the ultimates being popped from St. Rose, and there's nothing that Kean can do to try and stop it. Overtime is whittling away, and Jesse, St. Rose has tied us back up on Coliseum.
We are going to Oasis, as this team's just not going to give up anything. They want to send us to a map 5. They want to give us more content, Sam. And Odos just plays this beautiful. Honestly, both teams have just stunning EMPs, but Odos especially, every single time, whether it be with the grab or the Death Blossom or countering out the opposing Moira's Coalescence, just peak efficiency from those EMPs. And we said it after map 2, it's like, we got to feel it. It's just, you got that feeling, right? You got that itch that we're going to a map 5, and that is what we're going to be doing.
I mean, especially after what we saw on Circuit Royale, this was an incredible turnaround here. Yeah. I mean, we didn't see that one coming. We expected that, okay, this is probably going to be a lot closer, especially with this being a push map. But for Kean University, they just couldn't find any foothold. St. Rose was out for blood. They took that black eye, and now they're ready to give it right back. And so it was just such good coordination from them that we didn't see on Circuit Royale. They brought it here onto Coliseo. And now we're in a series where we've gone all of the way. It ends here on Oasis. And what better way to end it than on Oasis?
Yeah, right? Like, I think it definitely leans into the Zarya again. But these teams, when they're in control, again, it was back and forth. It was 99 to 100 reverse sweeps. So as long as that adaptation is there, dare I say round 3 on Lijiang, depending on Lijiang, Oasis. I'm losing my mind here with the amount of EMP in my brain at this point. I want to see the team play. That is really what set apart St. Rose, that map, was the team play was just on another level, and the aggression was just so good. They took Kean's aggression from Circuit Royale. It's like, all right, we're going to do it to you. It's like, how do you like it? Like, I'm just going to push you back. Like, all right, to push you basically into your spawn. We kind of joked around that King had to back up into their spawn because they had nobody left on their team. And now as we enter Oasis, I want to see the aggression and I want to see the team play. Whichever team has that in spades is going to win this map and win the series.
That's what I love, though, with St. Rose. They shed all fear because they knew they had to take Coliseo. They knew that they literally took the name of the game mode and used it for themselves. That was their strategy, Jesse. It was literally just push, push, push.
Yeah, it's just like they never lost throughout that entire fight. They never lost close spawn. Like throughout that time when they kept pushing in those mid fights, they never lost it. They only lost it in those 2 or 3 fights before Kean just really took it forward. It's just beautiful from St. Rose. And now both teams, we finally have that full mirror matchup. Both teams realizing that the Sombra is just too strong not to use.
And same on top of that with the Reaper, where we may have seen a Sojourn come out, but the Reaper has just proven to be as powerful in his own rights. Still back and forth right now, but Leon is going to start us off with a kill onto Halfcraft. Clutch hiding out inside of here, forced to use their fade. They're looking towards the low health Sombra, but it's just not going to be happening for them. The first point capture is going to be going to Kean University.
Able to just rack it up, and already the Zarya is each halfway to their own Graviton surges, and it just, again, I can't wait to see how this kind of ends up. Odos just kind of got pushed away during that fight. They had a TP out early, wasn't able to use their util, and St. Rose kind of just had to play more passively and got caught off.
It's that thing that we were talking about. You got to be aggressive. You got to go in there. You got to be ready to win these team fights, and you can't let that fear. It's also going to be making sure that you get onto that hack target of Sombras, figuring out the communication there. And see, this is coming up so huge. As Mubi was able to push in, at the very least, the Sombra is distracting, and so now the kills are coming in for St. Rose, and this is exactly what we wanted to see, Jesse. This is exactly what we want. A back and forth for our final match of the night.
Yeah, that time St. Rose, again, aggressive. They realized that Waffle Iron was kind of near left side, near that little side room of point. They weren't with their Zarya, so they just rush them, mow them down. The bubbles are just non-existent after 2 seconds. And St. Rose able to flip it. Kean at least able to get 44% to their name. And I want to see teams ult early here, and there it is.
There's the early ult, but thankfully Beans spot their coalescence, trying desperately to keep everyone alive, but Mubi is just able to do too much damage. When you have a Zarya, that's scary. It's a lot to have to heal through, even with the power of your ultimate. Now for the rest of the team, King Rock trying desperately. They now have their Death Blossom, and it is going to be huge. That is going to restabilize things back out for Kean. Now we have a counter Death Blossom, but the beat is going to keep the team alive, and Kean is able to push them off, and it's just the aggression. This is so back and forth right now. Literally every single team fight at this point is being flipped.
It was just gorgeous as King Rock just kind of hid behind, like, all right, don't let him know you're there, don't let him know, have them be a little aggressive, and just jump out right in the middle of them. And now, Sound Barrier going to be used, counters out the grab, able to save the teammates, and now can push on in.
That hack is going to kind of slow things down just a little bit, the EMP. Now we have another one from Become using the translocator just in time before their health went to nothing. And Kean University is going to keep a hold on this point for now, as it looks like it's going to be going in their way. The picks are starting to come through, and they're going to back. St. Rose is going to back out.
Yeah, knowing that, okay, we need to back out. We need to have enough time for a full-on team fight. And Odos, the translocator's just broken before they can teleport out. And a huge play from Leo allows that play to come through. And now St. Rose not going to have that Sombra, at least for the initiation of this fight.
Ooh, that's going to be rough. It really is. All right, Moopy, let's see what you're going to be able to do with this. Now Beans using their Coalescence. That's going to be good enough to keep everybody alive this time around. King Rock not going to use that Death Blossom for the moment, but both Reapers off the field, so it's kind of even for now. Same with both Lucios gone. And so it's still an even affair. Odos has popped over to the Tracer, something that we don't typically get to see very often. It's going to be good enough to take out Beans and push off Leo. Here in overtime, St. Rose is getting it back.
Yeah, gets there in time, Odos, and just able to get those few extra pickoffs. And you want to do they swap? No, they're going to stay on. Not going to try and build up another EMP. Instead, going to maybe try and match that grab with the Pulse Bomb. But now Kean University, knowing they just need to win a fight, may just kind of hold on out and build up that beat and grab.
Ooh, that is going to help you out a lot here to, at the very least, be able to take this, because all they need to do is just take it back, and Halfcraft is not wasting any time using this Coalescence right off the bat. Leo Leon, and now the beat has been used as well. On top of that, King Rock has decided to go ahead. Let's pop that Death Blossom, baby, because this needs to be done. Odos with a nice double kill with the Pulse Bomb. I don't think it's going to be good enough to save the point, but at the very least, they can try and delay it, maybe let reinforcements come through. But Beans is Moira. This is where Moira comes in handy. You're able to get those annoying little mosquitoes, and now Kean brought it back, but St. Rose was so close there as well.
Yeah, so close, but Kean just able, as I said, just kind of slowly poke, like, all right, build up Sound Barrier, build up Grab. They eventually did build EMP, but it become, died. So they couldn't really use it from the spawner room, but able to just build it up slowly, like, all right, as soon as they have any ounce of aggression, punish. And as soon as they tried to fight him in that tight room, use the Grab, pin him into the corner, use your Sound Barrier as well, just to make sure you can all live through that engagement. And as soon as the grab's done, King Rock, just on top of it, uses that Death Blossom, able to pick off 3. And despite Otis's best efforts, Kean able to take the round, and now are on a series point.
This is a fun moment. St. Rose is now on the ropes. This is their moment to shine, to try and put Kean University back into the same corner they've been back, to meet them in the middle of the ring. But with an early pick like that, it's going to be rough for St. Rose to make it happen. Odos goes down. Now it's just Kean University being able to walk right on the point, and Become is able to just do what they do best as a Sombra. Hack and make everyone curse your name. It's still going to be St. Rose not giving up here, and this is a very admirable attempt here, as Odos is going to regroup with the rest of the team relatively quickly. It is a Sombra, and so now we're just duking it out in the gardens for the moment. Nothing really going in anyone's direction for now. Finally, though, Clutch is able to get the first kill onto Beans. It's going to be a clapback as Odos goes down once again, but Clutch is just putting this Reaper to good work. Down goes everybody. It's holding. All right, there we go.
Yeah, just a little pop, 3/4 of the way already to ultimate. And it's not like King Rock wasn't contesting them. Like, they kept shooting each other, but a mixture of the lifesteal and the Moira heals from both sides. Like, all right, we're just going to keep shooting each other. It's like we're using a little Nerf gun. We're just building up ult charge the entire time. As St. Rose, at least at a very good spot, are already going to have that Death Blossom and grab if they want to engage early.
Yeah, this is going to be so nice of them, especially for what looked like it was going to be really hard for them to be able to capture that point with Odos going down so early into the team fight, but they were able to rectify the situation and get back in there. 2 members goes down for the side of St. Rose, and on top of that, the Graviton Surge has been committed. At the very least, you're able to bring out the beat, but still, that's not what you want of you, St. Rose, with such a high-value ultimate as your Graviton Surge. And now for Kean, they're going to be able to flip the point at 40% from St. Rose.
Yeah, St. Rose got split up a little bit. It seemed like about half of the team wanted to play aggressive in that hallway. The other half didn't get the memo. They were kind of still sticking around main. So as soon as that aggression hit, like Kean's like, oh, they're not all here. All right, just go in and push. Doesn't matter if we grab, as long as we target call, you're able to get a few pickoffs, able to finish it off from there, and you only had to use sound barrier.
We have very similar ultimates right now, but Become is will be the first one to pop the EMP. Battle Pants is going to go down, and now looking around, we have the Death Blossom coming through, and so a good chunk of ultimates. And you also made Odos use their EMP, so that is going to be huge for Kean University as well.
Yeah, Odos just didn't get as much. They only landed the EMP on Beans and Leo, and they just weren't able to really follow up on it because at that point, their teammates were so low from the opposing EMP that they just had no health to try and follow up on it. And now St. Rose have to try and get something. Coalescence gets hacked out.
Oh, that was so close. Halfcraft with just a hair of HP to their name is going to be saved by the beat that was dropped by Battle Pans, and that is going to be good enough for St. Rose to go in, win out this team fight, get the point captured back in for themselves. It's still looking a little bit scary though, but it's not over until it's over.
It truly is not, as that sound barrier is huge from Battle Pants. It also gives Clutch the extra health. I can be really aggressive with this Death Blossom and not feel really any repercussions. Because I have like 1,000 health for a few seconds. That's great. So able to push in, use that Death Blossom, get the value, and now Mopey gonna have that Graviton Surge back online.
Let's see if it's going to be used better this time around. Make sure that the entire team is ready to go there. You're good here to actually use that Deering Beans' Coalescence. Clutch is going to hit the fade to try and survive through that, but unfortunately it's not going to be quite good enough as down they go, and a lot of damage is going along with them here. It's going to be up to Odos to try and deal with all of that. Moopy needs to build up towards their own charge as well. Try to get the big hack targets that you can, or at the very least stall out for as long as you can to get that percentage before the flip happens, but they just give it up to Kean.
They give it up. They try and kind of regroup here on the outside of Point Become. That's not where you want to try and throw your translocator, but the sound barrier is going to be used by Kean on point just to try and battle out the EMP that came in from Odos, and it just doesn't work. Nobody can follow up on Odos because they have to deal with the back line, and everything's falling apart for St. Rose.
It really is. All right, only 10% left to go. That's all Kean needs. In order to win, St. Rose has to close it out. They need to win this team fight, but with no ultimates on the board, Halfcraft closest to their Coalescence, it's gonna be a lot difficult, especially when there's an EMP, and then there's a Death Blossom from King Rod to bring it in. Odo so desperately to try and make something happen there, but a team kill to close us out here, not only on Oasis, but in this series. Kean University takes the win, 3-2.
Just what a beautiful series, everybody. GG is for everybody around. Like, what a series. Mopey gets play, but I think Leo was the more consistent Czar. And you kind of noted it during the end of that second round. The grabs just didn't get the value that St. Rose needed in those late rounds. The first one, they were too aggressive. They didn't have the memories to follow up on it. So they didn't get anything from that, and they lose that fight. Second time they used the grab, they do not catch the opposing Zarya, and the opposing Moira is in the grab using Coalescence, so they just heal through it. And they heal everybody else through it, and they can't follow up on either one, and I think that's kind of what set them apart. It was like, oh, we have this great win condition, we have grab, it's so good. And yet, both times, it kind of just falls flat.
It was the thing that could have helped them so much, especially on that final 80%. That could have been just enough for them to go that distance, to go all of the way. It was just the poor timing on it. Twice in that one map was enough to punish them and cost them what could have been potentially, at the very least, going into the third map.
Yeah, a tough pill to swallow because St. Rose looked so good. I think for them, especially your big takeaway, your push is great. Your push performance was phenomenal. Like, lean on that. Lean on that crutch for map 4. But the controls need just a little bit of finesse, I think, right now. I think you're just a little bit sloppy at times, but I think they can just run this thing, I think, later on. I would love to see these teams play again at some point later on in the season because I think they are so close. And for Kean, it looked great. Like, honestly, their level of aggression is just so good. They know exactly who to target call. The shot calling is phenomenal. And yes, there's a few hiccups here and there. You know, dealing with Odos at times was a bit of a struggle. But as soon as they shut down Odos, they're like, oh, like, we can just run at the front line. They don't have an answer for it, and you just punish.
Yeah. You just you that's all you got to do. It was really as simple as that, and it was a lot of fun to be able to watch. I mean, both of these teams play it out. So we're going to try and set things up for an interview. We're going to go to a short break. Make sure to stick around for that because I think it's going to be incredibly awesome.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you.
And so we have a special guest for all of you in King's Rock from Kean University. Guest player who played a mean Reaper. King Rocks, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good today.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Jesse, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, the team played amazingly. You brought it all the way 3-2, and you closed it out on Oasis, but it had to be a little bit of tension there for Oasis. Yeah, like, what were some of the thought processes that went in there to try and, like, retool some things?
So one of the thought processes we have here was that we pretty much figured out that we had to run basically Samba Reaper to pretty much match their comp since the Genji Sword Drone wasn't working after the push map. And honestly, some thoughts that was going through me personally was like this was a tough game and like I'm gonna have to like basically clutch it up here.
Yeah, you definitely did. Like, time and time again, it's like, all right, here comes EMP Death Blossom, and you guys were just wiping the floor. What was the communication like, especially with you and your Sombra, to try and align those kind of combinations?
So I would wait. One of my leader or my tank would call out when we should EMP or EMP Blossom. You usually put a marker down, and when they walk in, my Sombra would EMP, and then that's when I would know to go in.
See, that's the kind of communication, that little level of practice that you can get only through hours of working with your teammates and a lot of trust that goes into it. And so for your experience against St. Rose, what do you think of them as a team after what you just went through?
Honestly, I think they're a really good team. It was honestly really close here. I wasn't really sure if he was going to win that, but after the last map, I was pretty confident.
Yeah, you guys just looked, especially on Oasis, you guys looked phenomenal, and Circuit Royale as well. How was it in Coliseum? It was a little rough, I would say, at times, as there was times to where I think they kind of flipped the script on you guys and were kind of using that aggressiveness that you guys used on them on Circuit Royale, and they really punished you guys early on Coliseum. So what would you say were kind of the struggles you guys had on Push tonight?
I think one of the struggles we had was basically the comp that they had was basically more like built for rushing, and that the fact that I was on Genji here, I can't really do too much else outside of my ult. So I believe that since they was able to punish us that badly because of the EMP Blossom, which is a really good combo, I think that's why they was able to push us back that far.
All right, well, King Rock's final question of the evening. What are some of the things that your team is wanting to improve upon throughout the rest of the season?
One of the things we're trying to improve on is our Sombra and how whenever we hack somebody, we trying to learn how to go after them instead of mixing up our targets. As we saw from St. Rose, we figured out that if we did what they did, it could get us an easy win. It was more strategized.
All right, absolutely. Oh, that was a fantastic interview. Everyone, King Rocks from Kean University, the winners tonight, 3-2 against St. Rose. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on. And yeah, Jesse, I mean, tonight was, wow. That's all I have to say.
Just wow, what a match. You know, what a match to kick off week 2 of the ECAC season. And I can't wait to see where both these teams go, because it's just the little things. And again, we're so early in Overwatch 2, teams are going to learn so much. And with that patch coming in a few weeks, we're going to see Zarya nerfs come in as well. So maybe that changes up kind of what these teams are running. But I think, especially for both these teams, so much that they can carry on, not just the next week, but the entire way of the season.
I couldn't agree more, but that is going to be it for us tonight, everyone. It was an amazing matchup between our two competitors. If you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that follow button, because we have more than just Overwatch 2. We have a whole slew of different games that are going to be played on this channel, so make sure you hit that follow button. My name is Sam Thompson. I was joined here tonight with Jesse Twin Salty. We will see you all in the next broadcast.
Peace.
Was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to cap on them dollar signs like lifestyle. Blind you, let me rewind to back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed,